change the color theme, and with this one, we want to give a nod back to KI Gold on N64. It's not exactly verbatim, but it's definitely inspired by, and so this is, part of what we're doing.
Yeah, if you bring the camera back to me, I actually had this in my living room, my own cartridge for KI Gold, so you can see how well the colors match up, kind of, with this camera. So, yeah.
There is a purple and gold in there somewhere.
Exactly. That's pretty awesome. All right, so before we get started going any farther with this stream, I want to introduce today's very special guest. He was sitting right beside me and Isaac when we did the live Season 3 Rebalance Reveals of KI Cup. And he's one of the most insightful and strong people in the fighting game community. Really good at kind of seeing the big picture and breaking it down in a way that a lot of others aren't. So, one of my favorite people to talk to about fighting games. So happy you were able to join us today. Sajam, welcome.
Howdy gamers. Hope everybody's chilling. Everything's so purple and gold and pretty, I gotta say. I was lucky enough to take a little look at it.
new technology on the Xbox side, and all the new development kit, new services with PlayFab. We want to streamline things because this is all those a la carte offers are part of what makes things challenging. And when we get support report, so we're streamlining everything. And what you're seeing here is with the release of Anniversary Edition, we'll have the free to play KI base game that's always been there, and one edition which is KI Anniversary Edition. And so let's talk about the free to play game. That's been improved. All 29 characters on the roster are now rotating weekly instead of bi-weekly, and it used to only be 21 of them. So it's all of them. A couple more things we've done in there that are nice that we'll talk about later. And then Anniversary Edition will be the premium upgrade with all 29 fighters, all the premium content we ever did, including holiday accessories, which some of you may have missed. They'll just be unlocked now. The VIP double XP booster and, anything else in there that I'm not covering right now. There'll also be KI Gold, of course, which will help you with your progression shortcuts. That's just for in-game content like skins and accessories and colors that you unlock as you level your characters up. So everything premium is unlocked in this edition. So let's talk about what that means for some existing editions like Definitive. So Definitive Edition, and along with a lot of those other a la carte offers I mentioned, they're being retired after this. So it'll just be the base game and KI Anniversary Edition. So what that means, though, is there's M-rated content in the KI Definitive Edition that I think is important to talk about. That's just the KI Classics. The KI we know and love is a teen-rated game. KI Classics are M-rated, and so those are standalone apps. So when we retire this, KI Definitive Edition is being retired, and so are the classics for now. We'll figure out what to do with them later. And so anybody who already owns Killer Instinct Definitive Edition, don't worry, all of your content is still there. It's always in your library. You can go download your classics. You can download the Definitive Edition app. These are the only things that are being retired that are not going to be available anymore after this. If you ever own just one character, if you ever own like Season 2 Ultra Edition, all that's still in your library. Nothing's going away. So I just want to reassure everybody that this is just a streamlining and everything you had is still there. And I think that is it for that one.
Cool. So basically, if I bought any version of this game before, I'm just going to get that upgrade?
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, yes. Well, sorry. If you have Definitive Edition, right? You have Definitive Edition. And if and anything else you had is still in your library. And you can still
got it. Cool.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Steam really fast, and then we'll move on to the fun stuff of the balance.
Sweet.
So Steam is actually getting unified with the other two editions, and in the sense that it now has a free to play. Steam was purchase only before, so if you ever had friends who were like, "Well, I'm not sure," and they didn't have access to Xbox or the Win 10 version of KI, now they can just play the free to play version on Steam. We've introduced that, and it's the same exact deal. 2 editions, everything's streamlined. Owners of the current Steam edition, it's an automatic update to Anniversary Edition, just like Definitive Edition on Xbox and PC. So yeah, I think that is all the business that I needed to cover for editions. Let's get to the balance.
All right. Thanks a ton, James. It's a lot of info. We'll definitely touch on it again at the end of the stream. Steve, you ready to do this thing?
Yeah, let's take a looky. I'm so excited. I haven't seen anything, and I'm roaring. I'm ready to go. It was a mutual understanding.
Right. There we
I
go.
was like, hey,
It's
I
fucking.
don't want to know anything. And you were like, you don't get to know anything. And I was like, all right. We shook hands on it, and I was like, cool. I get to see everything live with everybody else, so I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, the only thing I told him was there's 10 characters that didn't get any changes, and that he could play with those and those only. So
we made sure that you and I could play online if need be. And we played characters that had no changes, which is fun. And then I closed the app, and then I waited for today so that I could see all the changes. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna navigate to the character select screen here in practice mode, just so you can see this all new character select screen before I get into my spiel. The portraits have been completely redone. They look absolutely incredible, and you can see the whole new color scheme is here as well. Lots of purple. The giant gas fart clouds are now gone. So yeah, pretty amazing.
I'm about to say, okay, I see. Yeah,
and I
they
don't know how
have
much you're
changed
gonna
clouds.
cover about
Okay.
all the changes to everything, but it's very noticeable if you boot up on like a higher resolution or higher refresh rate monitor, and you look at the game now versus before. It's it's very clear. Yeah.
There's been a lot of UI upscaling and redoing just to make sure that it looks really clean and crisp if you play on high resolution monitor.
Yes.
This game is 10 years old. It was like a launch game on Xbox One, so
Mhm.
all that work,
Yeah, they never
pretty incredible. I think you
edited
guys are
like
really gonna appreciate
1X
it, especially if you're in the year of
enhancements.
2023 or 2024 playing Killer Instinct, which is very cool.
Well, hell, I guess
Yeah.
it's
Jump back to the
basically the
script here.
Series XX
I was gonna say,
optimizations
for
right
a
here.
lot of us, we didn't even
So,
have that
yeah.
stuff back then, like 2013.
Yes, thank you.
Before everybody was focused on that stuff. So very cool.
Exactly. All right, so before we get going, I want to let people know that this stream is going to have an after party on SageAim's channel. So he'll have access to the beta version of this build, and he'll be able to test stuff out in training mode with you and for you.
Oh,
Steve,
shit,
if you
okay.
need someone to beat up during your stream, I will stop by and donate my out of practice hands.
Why? This picture. I know what this is from. This is the most random place to grab a picture too. Okay. Yeah.
It was my
I'll
choice.
be there.
Yeah, we had originally a more
What the
mundane
hell?
choice,
Look
but
like
that's the right
look like
choice.
he had a big ass
No,
spoon
yeah,
of
that's great.
pudding or something.
That's
What
how
the
I'm
fuck?
over there cooking. That's how I look when I'm
Exactly.
what's it called? When I'm testing stuff. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll take questions, and then yeah, we can do some gaming as
Yeah.
well. But I'm not gonna like sit there and be like testing super extensively every little detail. But we'll go over. I want to do like broad strokes of a lot of characters.
Yeah, and the full patch notes will be out then as well, so you can reread them as you need to. All right, so let me take a little sip here. I have a long spiel to go through at the start.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma. All right, here we go.
Don't
Damn.
freak out, everybody.
Steve, feel free to interrupt me at any time during any part of this presentation with a question or comment. Let's have some fun, keep it conversational. And before I read the introduction to the patch notes, I just need to run to my basement laboratory to grab my lab coat, which I forgot. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Damn, you sound like me. Yeah, I was in such a rush to get on. I almost forgot to make sure my bed was made up. I almost didn't change my shirt from work. Hell, like I said,
I can now reveal.
if you
to
caught
the secret.
my
All right.
Twitter
Got my lab coat on.
tweet,
Dressed like my
whatever,
mad scientist Conrad.
almost forgot
Got
all
my
about
Wraps
it.
on my sleeves. Thanks to James Goddard for sending me this shirt last week.
Gross.
I started getting all the
I
damn.
feel like your hair
much,
changed.
right?
Like
What
you
you
had
call
hair
it?
and makeup, like you did a stage performance.
The notifications
Alright.
and stuff,
Okay.
Iron
If this thing
Galaxy
gets too hot, I'm
and
gonna rip it right off my body. so you know.
Maximilian Dude,
All
and
right.
I'm like, oh,
Hello, killers!
fuck,
Long
I
time
knew
no patch.
I knew that was a reason why I
9.13 launched
preempted
on August
last night's
16th,
stream for the night.
2018. And in the
This.
5 years since then, a ton of you have continued to play Killer Instinct, develop new strategies, and push what is possible at the top levels of play. We've been given the rare opportunity to do one more training pass after all this time, so we secretly recruited a few of KI's strongest and smartest players to get their feedback on what minor adjustments they'd want to see. Yeah, I'm gonna need a cough drop. This is gonna be a tough one. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I can almost hear it in his voice. He
The goal of
ain't
this
lying.
balance update is to reduce frustrations of some of the game's strongest characters and moves, while also giving a little love to the characters who tend to struggle even after 5 years of player effort. Not every character is getting changes, and the changes coming in will, in most cases, not affect your playstyle much. If your characters did not get any changes, keep in mind that some of your more difficult matchups may have gotten easier. We hope that these changes
Watch,
will bring
they
some
got
new
a
life to
fucking
the Chaos
nerf
competitive scene,
rash.
and we look forward to watching you compete.
I
for as
almost
long as you're still having fun doing
guaranteed
so.
that Rash is
The team
getting a
wants to
nerf.
genuinely thank
Watch.
the community for their passion and dedication to Killer Instinct. If you never stop
I
playing,
hope
we
Orchid
hope you really
gets some
enjoy the
shit.
update. If you're coming back because of the changes, the community will welcome you with open arms and help you catch up because, despite being killers, they really are that nice. While we did receive a multitude of requests for changes and fixes, time is not infinite. The team prioritized the issues we felt would have the largest impact and tried to take our usual creative approach to them. Some changes, such as bug fixes, may have been passed on because they were too risky or too difficult to adjust in the limited time we had to work on the update. Your understanding is appreciated. We will try to include the reasoning used for each set of the changes below, as well as an indication of if each change is intended to be a buff or a nerf. You actually won't be able to see that today, but on the actual physical patch notes that we'll release later, you'll see the buff and nerf notations. Select community members weighed in heavily on these changes to give us the best possible chance at improving a game you already love. And we'd like to give them a special thanks for their time, dedication, and invaluable feedback. So, shout outs to Sonic Dolphin, Nikki, Wheels, Charbach, Latalis, Hello World, and Roman. The rest of you know who you are, and it's up to them if they want to reveal themselves. Thank you to all of you for making this as great as it could be. Again, the full patch notes will be available online shortly after this stream to read at your own pace. Long ass intro. I got through it. Steve, any questions?
Did it? No, just before that, yeah, I wanted to touch on something you mentioned, where if your character didn't change, or even if your character got slight buffs or nerfs, you got to remember that this whole thing, like every character, there'll be a shuffle, right? If your character was like maybe on the weaker side and your two weakest, matchups got nerfed, then your character might be much stronger, right? So it's just important to remember that don't freak out, and if you do freak out, don't freak out at them. Freak out and keep it in your house, and then calm down a bit, and then play the game.
Exactly.
Basically.
Sum of all parts. The spiel I always give in front of all my balance things. Wait to hear it all, see how it all fits together, all right? So first up, we only have one small system change that I want to go over. I'm not going to show it here, but we fixed a game-wide bug that could sometimes cause projectiles to not get the first hit 2x damage bonus. So you could occasionally see things like Eagle's Bird or Rash's Bike do less damage than expected. Oh my god, Rash got a buff. Not really.
It's already beginning.
Not really.
It's a game-wide issue, and that's fixed now. So you shouldn't see that happen anymore. It'll just make things feel more consistent, which is really good. Additionally, we found a bunch of attacks that deal less damage or less hit stun than expected when they counter hit. So we fixed those issues on a lot of characters. The full patch notes are
what's
gonna
going
call
on,
out which
Sam?
ones,
How you
on
doing,
today's
man?
stream. I'm just going to skip over those because it gets a little too nitty gritty. Cool? All right, so to avoid leaving people in too much suspense, I want to talk quickly about the characters who did not get any balance changes. The characters I'm about to list did not receive any balance adjustments, though a few did get a minor bug fix or two. There's a few reasons for that. Firstly, the changes to other characters are going to impact their matchups, so you'll find that some of their hardest matchups have gotten easier.
Dude,
Secondly,
I
we didn't
am
want to
now.
make risky changes just for the sake of making changes, so we carefully
All I gotta
considered
say is,
community feedback.
Fuck
when
work till
deciding
Monday at
which
5
issues to tackle.
a.m.
Lastly, we believe that these characters are still very capable and strong even without any changes. From Saberwolf's powerful ground control to Hisako's mix-up potential to Mira's extreme damage, we feel they should work even better in this new version and remain fun and relevant for everyone. So, here's the list of the 10 characters. I'm just going to rip the band-aid off. These are the 10 characters who did not get any balance adjustments. Saberwolf, TJ Combo,
Okay.
Conra, Riptor, Hisako, Cinder, Shadow Jago, Arbiter, Mira, and Kilgore.
Okay, I had a feeling
Yeah, right?
Mirror wasn't gonna get anything.
Second
Mirror's one of my main people in
So the winner of the
KI.
guessing contest on Twitter was
By the way.
Dylan Deck with 6 correct guesses. Thanks to everyone who participated in that. That was a good bit of fun. And for the rest of the list, we're going to go through in release order. So we will start off with Mr. Jago.
Jago. So what they doing to Jago? My second.
There you go. I'm going to be doing player 1 with arcade stick and player 2 with a gamepad, and sometimes I'll have to do both at once. We'll see how that goes for me. So I want refill on the meters. I got my input display on, looking good. Cool. And we're off, everybody. We increased Jago's forward and backward walk speeds by 10%. This small improvement will help Jago maintain favorable screen position. So he's a little bit faster now.
A little bit
Actually,
faster,
feels
hell
pretty
yeah.
Nice, I would say.
That seems huge, yeah. That is a really, I think walk speed is one of the biggest buffs a character can ever get. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
sometimes it really makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
We also drastically improved the
Hell
hitbox and active time of Jago's jumping heavy punch, this guy right here. This move has like a pizza cutter quality to its animation, but the hitbox is very conservative on that compared to other similar looking jumping attacks. So these improvements are going to help it make it feel as good as it looks. So it hits a little earlier and up a little higher, and it also lasts a little longer and hits behind him for a little longer. So it's really easy to get those kind of juicy cross-ups with it.
Oh,
Small change, but it's pretty
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
And then here's probably my favorite change of all of the changes in the entire change list. We did some adjustments to the Tiger's Fury special. So, Jack of all trades protagonist characters often
So
find
what's been
themselves
going on
in an
with you today,
undesirable
Sims?
spot late in a game's life cycle. Jago is a very complete character, but he does not stand out and isn't scary in the way that much of the rest of the cast is. So we wanted to figure out how to add some threat to Jago's toolkit and decided to lean into our mantra of high risk, high reward. So to do this, we've decided to center Jago's identity around the idea of high damage Tiger's Fury. So the light Tiger's Fury now does 26 damage, used to be 18. The medium now does 30, used to be 22.
222.
And the heavy now does 34, used to be 26. So this is a very significant amount of
Damn.
extra damage, but it gets really wild when we turn on our counter hits.
Uh-oh.
Because These got an even bigger buff on counter hit. So the counter hit damage on, and they actually have a ton of extra hit stop as well. So the light one is now 32 on counter hit. Got that kind of juicy freeze to it. The medium's 40. And here's the scary one, heavy, 50 damage up front. So these hurt really bad. And if you jump and press the button and you get clipped out of the air by this guy, yeah, that's a lot of life to lose to an unbreakable.
Kill it, say real some
But it's very
Jago.
risky. If they block this, you're going to get blown up.
Especially since they didn't do anything with mirror, which I once again I kind of figured they
what we
would.
found in practice was that
But still, I was
the
hoping.
rest of
I had
Jago's
hope.
fairly mundane toolkit, like his fireballs and faking those out and getting you to jump and doing some of his little frame traps that are, cute but not super scary. Suddenly they become a lot scarier when if you decide to press jab or something and he decides to just risk one of these, you take a ton of damage.
That does so much damage. I like, my favorite thing is you're like, we're very, conservative with our changes, and you're like, Jago murders you if you get hit by DP. That is really funny.
Not all of them are the most conservative changes, but the goal was to compress the top characters down a little and the bottom characters up a little. You know how it goes. This was an interesting one with our test group as well, our NDA test group. And I'm sure they'll tell you after this is over, but I pitched this change to them and they were all horrified. And I was like, let's put it in tomorrow and see how it feels. Let's just try it for a week, and if we hate it, we'll take it out. And they came around on it like almost instantly. They were like, yeah, this is actually super fun and cool, and it really works for the character and gives him some identity that he kind of needed. So yeah.
I was gonna say I'm very scared of like counter hit DP instinct. That sounds like a bad time. Yeah,
but you need first hit for all that big damage, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems really good for Jago. His walk speed, I think, is like so nice too. I think the matches where he has to walk you down, where his screen control is just not good, and doing wind kick from full screen, you just die. Like those kinds of matchups, I think the walk speed will really help.
Exactly. So the last change for Jago is we made the first active frame of the shadow wind kick reach a little lower. And we also made the push box taller for the first 4 frames. This is a little nitty gritty, but there were some cases where he could shadow counter someone who was low profiling and he would just sail right over him. And this prevents most of those cases. There are still some cases where a character is side switching with him and he'll still miss, but this stops some of the cases where the person was like low profiling. So, are we having a frame rate problem? Yeah, sure. Let me kill my feed real quick.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, when I saw that happen, I was like, hold up, is that my
that fixes everything,
stream or is that them?
It has been running for a while.
Yeah, it also looks good. I'm not sure.
Okay, so that is, it's on there, yeah. Well, wow, that's going on. Hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all have had a good week. Hope y'all are ready for Turkey Day, because I haven't got to say any of that yet, because I was on them. In a little of a rush, get on. It was already going on. So,
are we good? Am I back?
And I had mic issues because, streamer issues. I'm all right.
Looking good? Looking clean again?
Doing great. Good, man. Glad to hear that.
Like everybody on the stream here.
Ready for tomorrow, I hope.
Okay. I don't have Sajam or James on the feed anymore. Oh, there they are. They're coming back. All right. I must have had an internet hiccup or something. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, cool. Well, we're good, yeah?
I love that the game freezes for like a full second when you do the DP. The hit stop is unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy. I'm a big fan. You can feel it in your chest when that hits you. Okay, cool. That is it for Mr. Jago. Moving on.
Okay. I like those changes. The walk speed especially. I'm a walk speed enthusiast. That's like the best buff I could get. So I'm all about it.
All right, so now I'm using my gamepad to play Glacius. We got some changes for Glacius here. We reduced the frame advantage after a successful combo breaker to 0. It used to be +4. He used to have the most advantage off of a combo breaker in the game. It also left you at a distance where he could kind of just do this, and because he was +4, that was tough to deal with. So this change should make that situation feel a lot more manageable after a combo breaker.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to demo that. I'm gonna hold up on both. Look at that. They're about even. Pretty good. All right. We also reduced the pushback on block from the light, medium, and heavy cold shoulder attacks, so their frame data actually matters. These are -3, -5, and -8 on block, which remains unchanged. But previously, Glacius could be so far out of range that most characters couldn't punish him, even if he was very negative. So let's see what that looks like. That's the heavy, it's the light, it's the medium. He's very in there. So you can actually get punishes on this guy now. That's a huge change for Glacius. They're going to have to be a lot more thoughtful with this move. Cover it with hail a lot more often to make sure that they have some insurance behind them. But there is kind of a bonus to this, where if you make somebody block this and then you go Shadow Hail, you can actually get a true block string with it, which wasn't true before. If they're standing. If they're crouching, I think they can still wiggle out. But yeah. Kind of a big deal for Glacius to not be able to just throw that out quite as often.
Damn.
And then
that
last
used to be
up
a
for
pain
Glacius,
ass deal
added
with.
4 frames of recovery time on whiff and block to the instinct teleport puddle punch. It's now -16 on block. Used to be -12. All combos on hit are the same. The manual cancel window hasn't changed, so it feels exactly like it used to. The difference is if somebody jumps it or blocks it, they're gonna have a bit more time to hit him and maybe deal with the armor. Some characters like Arbiter could block that from a range where they couldn't really hit a Fierce or anything like that to even deal with the armor, so that helps as well in that matchup. And yeah, that's it for Glacius.
Okay. Yeah, that seems about right. The whiff on Puddle Punch, yeah, I mean, it was very often that you would just like jump and then not be there, and then he would just be like, I don't care, and then just smoke you with armor, so you're like, well.
Yep. Next up, we're going to put Thunder and Sadira on the screen. All right, so for Thunder, this is kind of a big one. We limited the time window in which a follow-up has to be chosen after all versions of Sammamish. So visually, once Thunder's feet start to drop below Jago's head, Sadira works for this. She's about the same height as him. Follow-ups will no longer be possible. So you used to be able to do these up to 1 frame before you touch the floor. So check out my input display over on the left. You can see when I'm pressing the buttons, right? If I do the Sammamish and I fall below her head and I hit that button, nothing happens. I have to do it much earlier than that. Right? But if you hit it above the head, you can still get out whatever follow-ups you want to get out. So you have to commit to these a bit earlier than you did before. And that kind of gets rid of some of the most frustrating nonsense that Thunder was kind of doing to people, which is just kind of throwing this out, abusing the high priority and projectile invulnerability, and then hitting a follow-up so low to the ground that it was so hard to deal with his choices, no matter what they were. So huge change for Thunder.
Yeah, huge, yeah.
We also added 5 additional frames of recovery time to landing after Sammamish, Surprise Knee, or Dropkick. So that doesn't apply to Skyfall, but if you just land from a Sammamish, or you land from Dropkick or Surprise Knee, you have 5 more frames of recovery before you can block or jump right there as well. So players are going to be able to probably, in most cases, react to which choice he makes because of when he has to make it, and be able to punish him if he's making really bad guesses with this move. So again, huge change for Thunder. This would be a huge nerf overall for him if we didn't add a couple buffs back in, which we wanted to do because, again, the goal of this change was to just reduce one of those frustrating aspects, not to necessarily nerf the character. And you'll see a couple of those in the change list as well. So what we did was we increased his forward and backward walk speeds by 20% to compensate for this stuff and help him play a more strong grounded game with his strong set of normals and specials. So this dude is moving pretty fast now. It's a huge increase for him. And he has some incredible weapons.
Thunder was a little on the slower
really gonna help him side before. Play the ground game, keep control of the match. And then the last thing we did for him to compensate was we shortened the recovery time on Call of Sky, where you give the Crow's buff to yourself by 5 frames. So Lightning still hits on the same frame, but it has 5 frames less recovery, so you can get that buff on yourself a little bit more easily in matches where an opponent can quickly throw themselves across the screen and punish you. Helps a lot.
Okay.
That's it for Thunder.
Man, those are great changes. I was gonna say too, the one thing about the walk speed is like walking up and doing DP to like beat stuff. Sammamish is probably much easier too, right? Because you're already walking forward, so gives that extra little range to like walk in and then get like the tip reach of it where it's hard to walk away from it. So
that
might also help a bit too.
Especially if people are poking with mids and like from this range, right?
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, I think everybody knows that when Thunder just is doing Sammamish over and over in neutral, like it sucks, right? You're just like, dude, this sucks. Like I'm just getting help. Like so.
Exactly.
I'm happy that the game plan is moving slightly away from that and towards stuff about him that's more fun to deal with.
Like I said, the goal of the changes a lot is to kind of take some of those frustrators and sand them down a little bit. Make the characters a little bit more fun to fight against, but still keep them strong.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Sadira. We fixed a bug that allowed her to cancel her to call her web instinct projectiles during a combo breaker. So she could do a combo breaker, call the web projectiles, and she could actually get pressure off a combo breaker, which just isn't in the spirit of the game. So we just got rid of that ability. Small thing, but we did want to give her a buff. We increased Sadira's forward and backward walk speeds by 20%. Now, as you know, percents are a larger number on a character that was already kind of fast, so she is really cruising. She's among the fastest ground characters in the game now. Really fast.
He's so fast.
She's really fast, but she had like this problem before where her jumping is actually really fast as well, and it was much faster than her walking. So you would see this. And what we made this change basically so that when Sadira players don't want to jump around like an unhinged maniac, they can actually use her great grounded buttons and, you know, keep control of the game, get in position for those really nice anti-airs. This one especially, right? This leads to a lot of party. And I think it really just helps the character a lot if the Sadira player can stop holding up. So we'll see how well that goes for the Sadira community.
Yeah, you're like not gonna. Sadira players are gonna be like, dude, we got no buffs. They're gonna be playing for like 3 weeks and be like, did this character get a single change?
Yeah, there are some players who do
Nope.
play a more grounded Sadira, and I think those players are going to make the character look really scary.
Yeah.
But she's already pretty good.
Yeah.
All right,
nice.
let's
Walk
keep it
through
moving.
So
Let's
they do the
check
Orchid.
out Orchid. And let's check out Spinal.
Spider.
Ooh, I'm very interested.
All right, so for Orchid, let me turn Spinal on Human real quick. She's got quite a few changes actually, so this will take a minute. But we fixed a bug that allowed her to cancel her ground combo breaker into Shadow Uppercut. I can't demo it obviously because it's gone, but she had this. I mean, it was wild. She could combo break you, cancel into Shadow Uppercut. You wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Lots of damage. Just not in the spirit of the game. That was one of the changes I was most scared to physically do because I was like, okay, this is either going to be like a week's worth of the most complicated, risky work I've ever done, or I'm going to delete one line of code and it's going to be fine. It was the second one. I deleted one line of code and this was fixed. So yay,
Nice.
got lucky.
Yeah, I know everybody wanted this fixed. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that that's gone. We also fixed the same bug that Sadira had, where she could call her Jaguars during a combo breaker and get pressure off of combo breakers. Again, not really in the spirit of the game, so we wiped that away. But on to the Orchid improvements, because this is a character that really hasn't put up a lot of results in the last 5 years. And she's really cool, so we wanted to give her some stuff and see how it goes. First up, we did some instinct mode improvements. The Jaguars now deal an additional 15 frames of hit stun to grounded opponents. So let's see how that looks like. Much longer hit stun. That linked, even that slow. That really helps her kind of put together a combo, which is great. The Jaguars now launch airborne opponents into a better position for a juggle, which is really nice. And they have a longer hitbox. So it used to be they only had kind of a hitbox on the front legs, and now it's all the way to the Jaguar's butt. So if you jump over them and land on the butt area, you'll actually get hit.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
And all that stuff. So her instinct functions pretty similarly to like Rash's and Sadira's, but it was just like a lot harder for her to get the same kinds of rewards off of this as them. So I think this change really helps her with a little bit of lab time, find some really interesting things, like especially if you build in the grenade to some of these setups to get some really interesting combos and resets going. Pretty cool change. Next up, we got some adjustments to the knee slide. The light knee slide is now -2 on block. Used to be 5. That's this one. It used to be -5. Now it's -2. The medium slide now travels farther and faster.
Oh, nice.
It was about as far as the heavy one used to. And it now has 7 additional frames of recovery time and 5 additional frames of startup before it starts moving because it moves so quickly. It's -8 on block now. Used to be -7. And here's where we get a little wild. This is not a conservative change. The heavy slide now travels much farther and faster.
Oh.
Yeah. It has 10 additional frames to start up before it starts moving. So you can see she kind of holds for a second before she starts sliding. It doesn't even combo off some of these buttons anymore. I still have counter hits on and that still didn't combo. So it's much slower, you can tell. It has 22 additional frames of recovery on whiff so that if people jump it, they can actually hit her. And it's -13 on block. It used to be -10. So the reasoning for this, a lot of characters on the roster have similar low hitting, sliding, kick special moves, and upon review, it was pretty clear that Orchid's was the worst of the bunch by a lot. These improvements should help in a lot of various aspects of Orchid's game plan. In fact, our first pass at updating these helped so much that we had to go back and give them slower startup and more recovery on whiff and block that I just demoed to make sure that they didn't run away with the game, because the first version of this was wild. And I'm sure some of the NDA test group will tell you that, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, I mean, I totally believe it. These are nice though. I think it's a good assessment that like she had a lot of similar moves to other characters, but they just didn't feel as good. Or
Yeah, it's just like the worst version of Slide, right?
Yeah, yeah, and like her instinct too. There's a lot of, as you mentioned, there's other instincts that kind of serve the same purpose. So it's good to see a pass on it.
Yeah, and she's a cool character, so we'd love to see more of her, right? One other change we gave her. This is a really nice one. We adjusted the startup of the Shadow Knee slide. That's this guy right here, so that it's immune to projectiles on frame 0. It used to be frame 2. So she was one of the only characters in the game who, if she had a meaty projectile on her, she actually couldn't use her projectile invincible move to get through it. So that's now fixed, which is very nice.
Good.
And we fixed a couple counter hit issues on her. Like I said, we're not going to go over those fully on this stream, but that is it for Orchid. Not too bad. All right.
Yeah, those are great.
So Spinal, very short list for Spinal. We increased his forward walk speed by 20%. Look at him go. He's coming to get you.
Oh my
his back walk speed's
God.
increased by 10%. And these are going to help Spinal find a better spacing and more matchups to land
Thank
those crucial anti-airs and
you.
pokes to get his game started.
Shit.
It's a pretty good set of moves. It's just he was so
Because
slow.
that's
it was
been
hard
one
for him to
thing
get in
I've
position. When
hated
you feel
about
this forward
Spinal
walk, you're gonna be
since
like, oh wow, that. I mean, you can
this
see
version of the
steps
game
on
came
it,
out
right?
was
Yeah,
that
pretty
he
big
was
difference.
so fucking slow.
And that's it for Spinal.
And back in the day, in KI
about right.
1 or 2,
That's cool though. I mean, I think
on the
he's not a character
arcades
that
now, he
walks
was
a ton,
way
but when he
faster than
does
that.
walk, having that extra little bit of juice is pretty nice.
It is very
So
nice.
thank you for
Now,
doing
all right,
that.
creaky
Fucking
bones.
finally.
Yeah. We are moving on to Fulgore, the most
Fulgore
changed
Maya.
character in the history of this game by a lot, probably, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
and
remember
today
old
will be
heavy
no
laser?
And I was about to say, I'm going to turn my camera off, go grab me a snap real
So
quick.
Fulgore's a tricky
But hold up,
beast.
I got to
He's
see this shit first.
Special custom meter that he relies on. He can do everything. You know, he's been proven to be a pretty ridiculous character time and time again, no matter how we seem to adjust him. So here's another attempt at that, and let's see how it goes. So Blade Dash, this move right here, this guy. We made some adjustments to that. We've adjusted the block stun on all the normal uncharged versions of the Blade Dash to make them more negative. They used to be -2, -3, and -4. Now they're -4, -6, and -8 for light, medium, and heavy. So that's a pretty big change. I need to put Maya on playable real quick. There we go. So block with her, and then two-hand this, do one of these, and then you can actually get punished. Look at that. That's neat. All right. So moving on. This is
Damn.
kind of a burf. This is a nerf and a buff. So bear with me until I get through this whole section on this.
A
move. There's
birth?
lot
That's a
of
new one.
Fulgore can now pip cancel the Blade Dash on whiff or block into any of the following special moves: Energy Bolt, Eye Laser, Plasma Port, Plasma Slice. Previously, he could only do Plasma Slice and only on whiff. So even if you blocked this, you wouldn't be able to do Plasma Slice or anything like that.
Damn.
So Blade Dash is
Okay,
a powerful tool that lets
I
Fulgore
see
close
why
in
you
the
said a
damage risk.
birth now.
To adjust
Holy
this, what we
shit,
really
that's
wanted
exactly
to
what that
try,
is.
And what our test group really was interested in was making it more negative on block and forcing Fulgore to use his pips to do cancels to cover himself, which I love the idea of. But when we started investigating it, we were like, oh, he's only allowed to do this and only on whiff. So we have to open up these options to make this plan work. So that's what we did. We opened up these options. The result of this has weakened one of Fulgore's best options in neutral, but it's increased the strength of his instinct mode. So we've opted to pull back on Fulgore in various other ways to compensate and ensure he ends up a bit weaker overall. You know, I think you'll want to test this one in the lab on your stream a little bit later, but what you'll find, and this is very hard for me to do with two controllers with one dude, but if he's doing this and he's canceling into things, there is a gap, right? And you're going to be able to press your 5-frame button in there in almost every case, except for if he risks an uppercut. So he's got to kind of convince you to calm down in most cases, or he has to charge up a Blade Dash first so that he can get a better frame advantage before he does the cancel. It's not quite as scary as it sounds, but it does take a little bit of bravery, I guess, to know that you should be pressing a button after you block that most of the time now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also,
Alright.
yeah, this move is pretty wild for a character who has movement and fireballs and everything like he had before. I mean, Yeah, him just flying around the screen with that move whenever he wanted, and just buffering like a linker or auto double for free, and then just escaping after was really strong.
So the next change, I think the rest of these are nerfs. Heavy Eye Laser now deals 20 kV instead of 10, and that's because our changes gave him a new looping combo, which is, you know, cancel this into that, and then cancel that into that. Oops, cancel that. Into that. So it's like that. Or you can just keep hitting lasers, right? You can get 5 of those before the combo breaks. Used to be, you know, before we made that change, 10, which was it's a lot to spend for not a lot of damage, but an instinct that was a little scary because of how his instinct works. So we had to make that change. We also made some adjustments to his instinct mode because it became more powerful thanks to these blade dash changes. So to combat this, we made it so that his instinct mode spends a little bit of its remaining time every time he uses a free pip cancel. So he's going to lose 5 points for each free cancel, with the exception of energy bolts 2 and 3, which only cost 2 points. So for context, the instinct meter is 250 points long. You lose 16.6 points per second, resulting in a 15-second duration. So watch Fulgor's instinct meter here. I'm going to throw the multiple fireballs. You can see little chunks of the instinct time being taken away. And I can do some of these other cancels, and you can see more chunks of the instinct time are getting taken away every time he does that. So if the Fulgor player goes absolutely wild in this mode, kind of similar to Tusk's Berserker cancels, you can probably expect like an 11 or 12-second instinct mode instead of a 15-second one, which makes a massive difference.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
Fuck
Give you a quick update from the chat. It's not a question. I just want to talk about the journey that you've taken them on. I've watched chat go from no, yes. Some people found Jesus. Oh God.
Yeah. It's a sum of all parts, right? You got to wait till you hear it all.
I think you've taken them on the journey to happiness. Some people are going to be very happy. I think some people are still a little distressed. I see a what did they do here and there. Anyway, very good update. This Fulgor one did not disappoint.
Yeah, you guys will definitely have to.
God, they did some of the shit they did.
Are not your friend. Play it for a week. Go into the lab, see how you feel after that. It'll all gel together, or it won't, and you'll tell us, and then maybe we'll adjust it again. Who knows? Let's keep going. We got more nerfs for Fulgor. Who wants more nerfs?
Oh, damn, they ain't done yet? Holy shit.
Right, so we made some adjustments to the light and medium eye lasers. Both the light and medium eye lasers have had their hit stop and block stop time increased from 6 frames to 15 frames. This results in a much more legible and reactable freeze frame when blocking each hit. See how much chunkier that is? It used to be like pew, and now it's pew, pew. Medium eye laser remains -3 on block, but light eye laser is now -6 on block, which means it is punishable by jabs and stuff like that. If you don't space it, punishable. So the previous versions of these were powerful pressure tools that hit low, and as a bonus, were very hard to shadow counter due to their short hit stop and Fulgor's ability to mix between 1 or 2 hits. So we've made these changes to give these moves a bit more identity and help opponents fight against them. So now Fulgor players are choosing between a single hit low that's punishable when blocked, or a 2-hit low that's safe on block but can be more easily shadow countered on reaction.
That shit.
Let's see if I can.
Come on. I wrote it.
Pretty easy to shadow counter that on reaction.
Actually, you know what?
Definitely a big change for Fulgor players. They're going to have to rethink the use of that move a little bit to make sure that they can't just get in your face and let it rip over and over again. So if you were worried about him coming in with the drill and then shooting lasers at your feet, and
fuck!
being
I hate when it does this
that's
shit.
not going to be nearly as overwhelming as you might have thought once you get this into practice.
Nice.
But that's not all. We also added 6 additional frames of recovery time to the plasma port, the teleport, before Fulgor is allowed to take another action. So that may not sound like a lot, but in practice, it actually makes punishing teleports in neutral much more reasonable. Reduces the speed of some of his nastiest mix-ups. Some of his mix-ups where he got 2 teleports, so he should only get 1 now. If you see that animation, you can do like even a medium button, and it's more likely to come out the correct direction as well. Because a lot of times, because of the timing,
I don't understand that. My
you
damn
would try to press the button to punish.
scenes for some reason don't want to show up right.
And your button's much more likely to come out the correct way.
I gotta figure that shit out.
That doesn't mean he still won't be a menace with these. He's still gonna throw fireballs and kind of mix in the teleports to cover them and do all kinds of nasty stuff. But definitely, again, a lot more thoughtful version of the move than we previously had.
Yeah, that is huge. 6 frames of that is huge for sure. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, they
we also noticed
they
that
fucking
Fulgor's
nervous
hit
though.
stun, block stun,
Fuck
and
out,
counter hit stun
Fulgor.
values on his energy ult
Good.
projectiles, that's
Thank
these
you.
guys right here, are very inconsistent. So we did a pass to normalize them, but weaken them a bit overall. Like the light ones had more hit stun than the heavy ones, but the medium ones had like the least. It just didn't make sense. So we just went through and gave them a single set of values. You'll see those values in the full patch notes, but they're a little bit worse than they were. All the combos that he used to have involving them still work as far as I've been able to tell. I think Nikki helped me figure that out as well. So I'm confident that that's a good change. We also added 4 additional frames of hit stop and block stop to the first hit of double claw to make that a little bit easier to shadow counter as well. It's one of the harder command normals to shadow counter. I don't know if you can feel those 4 frames over the stream, but it's a small change, but an effective one, I think. We also fixed a bug that was exclusive to Fulgor and Kilgore, where his shadow counter had 7 less frames of catch time, so like 7 less frames of parry time, and 10 less frames of recovery time. So we normalized those. Yeah, and there was a counter hit issue we fixed as well. But I fully expect Fulgor to still be, like a top 5 character after all this. You're just gonna have to play a bit more thoughtfully, and he's honestly a very good character at doing that. He's really good buttons and a good set of.
Oh yeah, you most definitely have to be more thoughtful. Play with him now.
More hog wild style of Fulgor is probably a little less something you'll want to consider.
Yeah, a little less barbaric. But yeah, I mean his tool set is so good
Yeah.
that it's like he has everything you'd want and more in a character, Like I think that's what draws people to him. He's so fun because of that. So I think the new cancels will help make up some ground there. Like people will be excited to mess with that.
Yeah, people will still lose to Nikki and be in shambles. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so next up, there's one I just wanted to mention. He used to not be able to cancel the click manual in Shadow Vortex, like an oddly
I'm
specific
gonna have to get up on many hours. So yeah, I'll be right back.
Knows where it came from that strictly prevented that for some reason. So we removed it, and that was fixed. So just a small change for TJ folks. Little combo you weren't able to do before, you can now do. But let's move on to Maya. One change for Maya. I'm a Dagger Assault fan, Steve. The Dagger Assault no longer ends if Maya gets hit, but it will still end if she gets knocked down. So let's take a look. We need to build up some pips. And then we will go ahead and land the Dagger Assault. And then we punch her, and it's still hitting me. Oh no, this is horrible. But if I knock her down, it will end immediately. So if you throw her or knock her down, it'll end immediately. Dagger Assault's a lot of fun. We had to design it very conservatively to avoid being a total nightmare for opponents. This change is going to make it a bit easier to use without tipping the scales too much. And I think one of the most important things to remember here is that she has no high-low mix-up except for this overhead. And this overhead actually puts her in the air. So if you hit her out of this, she falls down, even with a jab. So if she wants to do any type of mix-up to you other than a strike throw while you're blocking these, she's either going to have to jump and do like an empty low or something, or she's going to have to do one of these and put herself in a position where she can get jabbed out, which means she falls, and then the daggers fall out as well. I don't know how big a change this is in practice. I think it's fairly minor in most matchups. It'll really depend on what kind of really tight setups Maya players are able to develop for this. But it does add a lot of fun to the move and remove some of the risk of it. I think it was one of the riskier things to do with Maya if you didn't have instinct to immediately call those daggers back. So I do expect to see Maya players get a little bit more mileage out of this, which is great. It's what we want. All right, moving on. I have an Omen change that I'm not going to demonstrate. I'm just going to read it.
Right.
We reduced Omen's meter gain on all of his enders except his meter type ender, which is the Rashakukan. So he remains the king of meter gain, but it ended up feeling a bit too snowbally to let Omen build so much meter off of his most damaging ender types. This change should force Omen players who need meter to actually use the meter ender, which should in turn lower his overall damage and threat output.
Nice. Yeah, he kind of, that's the nice thing about having 17 enders that are all battery enders, huh? It's like, all right, cool.
Just do whichever one you want. You're going to have plenty of meter, right?
Yeah.
He still builds good meter on those enders. It's just way less than before.
Yeah. Omen was wild, so.
Yes. All right, it's time to look at Aghanos. We reduced the amount of hit stun inflicted by medium and shadow versions of Natural Disaster to prevent them from comboing directly into Shadow Payload Assault. So let's take a look. I'll do the medium one, and then I'll go into Shadow Payload Assault, and I can, well, that didn't combo, but I can't block because I forgot to put it on human controls. There we go. Let's try that again. Take 2. Here we go. She got hit, but she's able to block, right? That's not a true thing anymore. And it's the same with the Shadow version. Whoops. That used to be a true combo. That's no longer a true combo as well.
Nice.
This is going to make confirming into Aghanos's most damaging unbreakable combos way less common and require him to give you at least one breakable window in most of those cases before going into them. So he'll have to do those moves, then manual into like a heavy, and then do it, which is a pretty big deal. You will still be able to combo directly into Shadow Payload Assault if the Shadow Natural Disaster recaptures. Let's see if I can actually do that here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
that recapture animation is so long, you'll still be able to get it in that case, but in all other cases, you won't be able to get it.
Nice. Okay.
All right, we reduced the wall crash damage on Aghanos to 48. It used to be 60. Now these values are going to look wild because Arya doesn't heal potential damage. She has way less health than other characters, but you have to trust me. This does less damage, a lot less damage, like 25% less than before. We also reduced the damage per hit from heavy payload assault. That's this guy right here. To 2 per hit. It used to be 8. And that sounds more drastic than it is, but that's because of how many hits it does and the way scaling works in the game. So it still adds a significant amount of damage to unbreakable wall crash setups, just a bit less than before. So let's see if I can do one of these combos here. Something like that. No, I need to do Stomp Walk, right? The damage values are going to look nuts on Arya, but
Yeah. She has a million potential damage ready.
yeah, I couldn't fit the jump back there. I'm not going to demo this too many times because I haven't played in a while. Yeah, I missed the follow-up, but it does a lot less. I'm going to stop doing that demo now.
Yeah, I think hitting the unbreakable or harder breakable stuff makes a lot of sense. That's like kind of the most frustrating thing to deal with now.
Yeah, speaking of frustrating things, this move. We added 7 frames of stop time when you block this. The projectile part specifically, to make it a little bit more clear when it's your turn to press a button. And actually, I think Arya is one of the characters who can punish this from lots of ranges. Whoops, I'm trying to do the 2-hand version of this. Oh, I can't get it. Oh well. But yeah, there's a bit more time there, so it's more clear when it's your turn, which is very nice. This is a really big one for Aghanos as well. We reduced the block stun time on a few of his jumping attacks so that if they hit on the way up, they're more negative and sometimes punishable. So jumping hard punch, if you hit this on the way up, like that, you actually may get hit.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
And it's the same with jumping hard kick. If you hit this on the way up, spacing was bad there, you might get punished or hit on that as well. So you're gonna have to hit those buttons a little later if you want to get that same advantage you used to have. Press it more, at the peak, which is a pretty big change because Aghanos is very hard to anti-air because he can put those buttons out on the way up in a lot of cases. And in this case, if you do that, you're going to be in trouble. We also adjusted the amount of pushback opponents receive when blocking Peacemaker-related attacks, so you won't be sliding full screen anymore. Let's take a look at that as well. So you can see this used to just like really send people sliding, and now they don't slide so much anymore. It's a big change, especially the projectile one used to really fling people back.
Wow. That's so different.
Big change. And that is it for Aghanos. He can be really frustrating to fight against, and we always intended for him to be a bit weaker and only shine in the hands of specialist players. Over time, these specialist players have taken Aghanos so far that there's a solid argument for Aghanos being one of the top 5 strongest characters in the game. With many of the game's other strongest characters getting a little weaker, we didn't want to end up in a situation where Aghanos was the undisputed best, so hopefully these changes make fighting against him feel a little bit more fun and reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a quick prediction from Flash.
Sure.
One of our Saberwolf players. Saberwolf is going to destroy Aghanos.
We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. I did
Yes,
see.
I'm excited about that because when you showed me these changes, I was very happy because I get just mangled by the beat stick in particular by Aghanos. So I'm really
It'd
happy.
be really hard to get in.
Yeah, but I think your prediction on the long tail on this is, I think we'll see that those specialists. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Flash
I don't
may
know.
be in trouble when some of these guys show up with these specialized Argonauses.
Yeah,
Show
I don't know
them.
if he's still going to be top 5 or not. It's hard for me to say. I'm not even sure I agree he was top 5 before, but some people thought so, and that's interesting.
I was gonna say Latalis seems very, very hype about his potential still in the chat. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's still gonna be very strong.
Looks like the stream's chopping out again. Should I reset it? Derek, what do you think? Okay. Let me just refresh it real quick. Can't hurt.
It's purple and gold. Yeah, Ognos is. I think hitting the unbreakable stuff makes a lot of sense. But especially, we haven't seen nerfs to like, or changes rather to like the other strong characters. Like Arya's on the screen, and you guys know who else is coming later down the line. So I'm very curious to see the other changes.
Yeah. Cool. I lost your feed on my Discord side.
All right.
Let me
Okay.
just fix my
There.
side real quick.
Damn. What
Okay, cool.
I don't know what the
All right,
hell's
back
going
to
on
it.
with voice mod.
Sorry about that,
Yeah.
folks. All right, for Cinder, I just have one small change for
I'm saying, like,
frame data on counter hits.
You know, I
with
said I'm
his
bad. I'm like,
punch buttons,
if
so
y'all hear
you
me
don't mess with
really
so
crunching on this
we'll
real
do
bad, let me
the
know.
button
But
on counter
and I
right
look
now as
down, I'm
well.
like, wait, hold up.
And
I
let's
don't hear
talk
shit.
about we reduced the damage on all of Arya's enders by 1 to 2 points per hit. It's not a huge dramatic change, but she's widely regarded as the hardest character to break, so we felt this was fair. This change does not affect her shadow enders or body swap enders. So we'll just take a look. 26% for a level 3 there. Let's do a level 4. Launch render, 36%. So it definitely takes her damage down a tiny bit. Maybe the shotgun knee ender as well. Check that out. 36%. Yeah. All right.
Damn.
We reduced the pushback when blocking Crescendo to add risk to and to make the frame data matter more. So in particular, the light version of this is -7 on block, and we haven't changed that, but she would bounce so far out of range that pretty much nobody could punish that. And now she stays a lot tighter to you after this move. A lot riskier. And I believe this applies to a lot of the air versions of the move as well. She does not bounce back as far. So these moves are just quite a bit more risky. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good change.
Yeah, a lot of the moves got stuff like this, right? So
Yeah. Another one like that, her jumping medium kick also got adjusted.
Good at the same time,
We
shit.
reduce
Because
the distance she pushes herself away from you.
in
but
all
we
honesty,
increase the
I
vertical
used to
distance,
play
so she bounces up a
with
lot
Arya
higher
more
after
than I
doing this
played
move.
against Arya.
And that's going to leave her in a precarious position if she's not smart about how she uses this, or waits till she get a little bit lower in order to make sure there's enough stun to cover her. So a lot easier move to deal with now as well. We made some adjustments to the drone assist calls. The drone assist calls now leave the drones punishable for 30 frames longer than before. So let's check that out real quick. We got the blade drone. Let's do the base
Damn.
one first. So that's out there for quite a bit longer, you can tell.
Damn, what's all this shit?
Quite a bit of time to smack it.
Damn.
And
Wow.
the
Motherfucker,
blade
you hit my
drone,
drone.
lots of time to smack that as well. Big change.
Damn.
And then a
That-
really
that's
big
fucking
one is
crazy.
the booster drone, actually. This one goes behind you in a lot of cases. So you would block this one, and it would end up behind you, like that. And then it would fully recover, and then fly home. And while it was flying home, it was invincible. So what we did about this one was we made it so that when it's flying home, it's not invincible, and you can actually tag it on the way home.
Damn.
Huge change.
Never
yeah,
mind.
these are big. I mean, I'm guessing it also it slows down how fast you can call the assists, right? Because there's extra recovery on them.
Right, it's 30 frames longer before they get home before she can call them again. So
Right.
big change for her. She's going to have to work quite a bit harder to cover the drones. But as a small
Wow.
burf, which is a buff and a nerf at the same time, we made her sword drone launch you quite a bit higher. And that's because after we made the change, before we made this launch higher, it was punishable on hit. The sword would launch you, you would fall, get up, and then punch the sword before it recovered, which just felt really bad for the Arya player. But because of this, it actually opened up some nice new juggle combos for her that I'm looking forward to seeing players explore. I don't have any good ones, but you get the idea, right? You can get some cool new stuff going off of that, which is nice.
Cool.
So yeah, Arya's gonna have to work harder to cover her assist calls and to use the assist calls to cover herself. Her looping pressure will loop a little more slowly, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Makes
Mhm.
sense.
All right, next up, her medium and heavy shotgun blitz moves. That's these guys. They used to low crush on frame 1. Now the medium one low crush is on 5, and the heavy on frame 4. So the light one was always 6, so now they go 6, 5, 4. It just seemed way too powerful to have such a difficult to punish move work as a low crush so quickly, and this adjustment's going to weaken Arya's defense against lows considerably.
Ah,
Next up, another adjustment for the shotgun blitz special moves. We added more hit stop on block to the first hit of these. So they used to be 10 across the board. Now it's 14, 16, 18 on light, medium, heavy. Despite being 2 hits, this move has been notoriously hard to shadow counter compared to other similar moves. So now it's a bit easier on the light version and gets even easier if she uses heavy ones. So here's the light one, medium, and heavy. So quite easy to shadow counter the heavy one on reaction now compared to before, which was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
That's
a great
also a
change.
huge change for her. And this
Yeah.
move still has very low whiff recovery. She's still going to use it a lot, so just jump in and close some distance behind an assist or whatever. But yeah, I don't think you're going to get free shotgun pressure against people who are paying attention and have enough meter to shadow counter, which is great.
Yeah, doing shotgun 700 times in a row and backdash shotgun, backdash shotgun. It seems
Yeah, exactly.
much more manageable. Yeah.
Yeah. So Arya is meant to be a powerful character. She carries some of the highest risk in the entire game. If she loses body, she loses options permanently, and matches can snowball against her really harshly. So over time, the strongest Arya players have proven that mitigating this weakness is not only quite possible, but it can leave opponents feeling like they don't have any answers at all. The above changes, they're going to leave Arya in a very strong position, which is intended, but she'll need to play a bit more thoughtfully to not leave herself open or her drones open to counterattack. So I do expect her to still be up there in the rankings, but require more thought and more patience.
Yeah, seems right to me. She's definitely a character that needed a little tuning on some of
Agreed.
the more like frustrating aspects.
Yeah. I was at 720. You want me to switch to 1080? Oh yeah,
I
the
was hoping it
in-game
was
is
gonna
1080.
fuck well that one though.
Okay. Moving on, we got Kim. Kim Woo
Ooh.
and Tush.
Tush.
Hey, Adam.
Yes.
I want to give your voice a break for a second, right before you get into this flow. Let me just. There's been a lot of questions around the additions and stuff because a lot of people came in late, or maybe I just didn't go through
Okay,
it.
well, is
clear
not
enough,
what I
but
like to play with.
A really great question came in. What about Game Pass KI? And I just want to clarify.
Ooh.
Hey, if you already have KI
Ooh.
via Game Pass, the edition is just getting swapped out to Anniversary Edition. So
Okay.
you'll have it if you already have Game Pass. And then, all these balance updates are all free in the base game of KI. So there's no world where the balance updates aren't in whatever version you're playing. So anyway, I just wanted to interrupt with that really quick to
That's-
alleviate any concerns about Game Pass.
I appreciate it. Give me time to take off.
Now,
that
see,
shirt. I'll
here's
give you
kind
what you
of
want.
my thing so far about this
All right.
stream.
Let's move on to Kim
Is
Woo. So
the way they
because
started
of
out-
Sonic Dolphins' performances with Kim Woo, we've
Explain
decided
the
to wrap this
whole
character into
10th
the
anniversary bundle and
I'm
whatnot.
absolutely kidding. She got all.
I
this.
mean,
Yeah.
All right. So we increased
excuse me.
Kim's forward and
Excuse me.
backward walk speeds by 15%.
pretty much.
She was already pretty fast, so she's very
Um,
nimble now, which I think suits kind of the small.
It just
character
feels like they
aspect of
kinda
her. This is going to help her
made it a
play
little
ground
more
footsies with the best
complicated than
of them.
they
She has some really
should
good buttons
have.
as well, especially these ones.
I mean,
medium punch, medium
All
kick.
you really have to say
really
is,
great buttons.
as long as you already have it,
Also increased her
now
jump gravity
there's
to
no
make her jump arc
difference.
a
Don't
bit
worry,
less floaty,
don't worry
which
about
makes
it.
her very
The
strong set of
and-
jumping attacks much more
the
threatening.
KI
But if you
anniversary
have
is
the same jump
basically,
timings in the past, you
you
have to
ain't
think
got
of-
it, all
I
this
mentioned that
yet.
to Sonic Dolphin, and he laughed.
This is for you.
Yeah,
You
safe
already got
jumps.
everything. Don't worry about it.
But I guess this character didn't have any. So her jump is Jago's jump now. It's basically the same gravity as Jago's jump. So it's not one of the best jumps in the game. It's pretty middle of the road, but she's not so floaty anymore. But because of that,
Nice.
some of her jump attacks, which are really good, we had to make their hit stun and block stun a little bit less, kind of similar to what we did with Aghanos, to make sure that these weren't too bad, right? So if she does some of these attacks, on the way up, let me get to the corner so this isn't so tough for me. She's going to get punished on the way down. So you're going to have to hit these a little bit deeper to make sure that they do what you want them to do. And the moves that got that adjustment are jumping light punch, jumping medium punch, jumping heavy punch, and jumping light kick. The medium kick and the heavy kick are not touched. Those are the same as they were.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Just because of the hitboxes and active time on those. All right, so this one I can't demo.
I can
against
already
Tusk,
see
but you'll
that. I'm gonna have to go
trust me.
back and listen to
All
this.
normal versions of her dragon kick
Take
now
notes.
ignore armor. That's this guy right here. This is a unique ability for Kim. It's specifically added to the game to help in her matchup against Aghanos, which is widely regarded as one of the most lopsided matchups in the game. So she's got a little something now for that. We also increased the travel speed and total distance traveled by the light dragon kick. This makes it a stronger whiff punish tool. So you can see it almost reaches full screen now. Moves pretty
Ooh.
quick. If somebody's, walking around just doing this, you can usually punish it, tag them with that.
As a
But
light.
because
What?
that ended up being very strong, we
Yeah.
had to decrease the damage on the light dragon kick. So I'm sure Kim players already noticed that this used to deal 30 damage, now it deals 20.
That's on it.
Big drop. Used to be 35 on counter hit, and now it's 25. And because of that first hit multiplier and the way the game works, that means that a raw light dragon kick now does 40 damage instead of 60, and a counter hit does 50 instead of 70. But
Damn
considering all of the extra properties this got with the distance and the armor break, it's a really great tool for her. And we did not drop the damage of the medium or heavy version. They'll still deal what they used to because they're still a lot harder to hit. One thing I do want to note though, because of the extra distance on this, if you block this standing, it's going to be what you remember. But a lot of times what happens with this new version of the move is if you block it crouching, she just flies over your head.
The flower.
And she has a lot of recovery. You can still punish her, but you need to be ready for it because if you're not, you might try to hit jab or something and she's way over here.
Right.
So if you hit the right button though, you'll hit her and you'll be fine. You'll get that punish.
That's really funny looking.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a move like you block like that and then still go over someone's head. Like I
Yeah.
can't think of a fighting game move like that.
It just ended up being like a goofy interaction that we kind of thought was cool.
Yeah.
The medium and heavy dragon kick moves now count as being in air 1 frame sooner than before. The only reason for this is it corrected that bug Sonic Dolphin would always do on main stage at Counterbreaker where he'd make Kim teleport across the screen. It was horrible looking and I wanted it gone, so it's gone.
Damn.
Love that.
Yeah. And that's it for Kim. I think it's not a huge amount of things for Kim, but that walk speed is wild. And I
That
do think
helps.
the whiff punish game with this move, if you're paying attention, is among the best in the game. So definitely put a lot of attention into it. It's very good.
Yeah. And the nice thing is for Kim players who don't want to play footsies, you can just pretend you're trying to whiff punish when you do that move and then just do it anyway.
Yeah. And then dragon cancel it if you have one.
Yeah, that's also good too.
Yeah.
What happens when you dragon cancel it when someone's like crouching? Do you like just go flying?
Well, I guess I need a dragon, so let's do this.
I have no idea. I'm very curious.
It
Oh,
stopped
okay.
me in front. If I wait till I pass over, then I just move
Oh
forward.
god. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Not
right,
too
all right, all right.
wild.
Yeah, I was just
Maybe
curious.
she doesn't cross back over you or something.
Yeah, if she just went the other way, like double left right mix up.
Yeah. Exactly. And
No,
then we
it's
fixed
cool.
a couple counter hit frame data issues for her as well.
Hmm.
Next up is Tusk. We only got one major change for Tusk, which is that we reduced the cost of his Berserker cancels during Instinct by 30% to make his Instinct more threatening. So he can do his Berserker cancels. I'm doing that on Gamepad. Wow, I'm the best. Okay. I'm not a Gamepad player. That was very impressive to myself. But you can get a lot more of those cancels out now. So I think Tusk is actually a really good character. And if you've ever fought Lataluses, this change probably scares you a little bit. But just 30% more time in that mode is probably pretty scary. But yeah, that's it for Tusk.
Yeah, his instinct's already very powerful. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is scary.
He got some fixes on inconsistent counter hit stuff as well. Arbiter did it as well, even though it's not directly a balance change. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Oh
Arbiter
fuck.
reload.
Finally made it far enough down the list to reach Rash.
Oh fuck.
He must have gotten lots of great buffs, right?
He has a page and a half of nerfs.
Okay.
Oh.
That sounds
Damn.
about right, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do
God
this thing.
damn, I do the fuck out of us. Now see, didn't I
Well, we
say
all
this
been
at the
waiting for it. It's
beginning
here.
of the damn stream? They got knocked the
Wrecking
fuck
Ball
out of
adjustment. Let's
Rash.
start there. Everyone's least favorite move.
Mhm.
We've removed armor entirely from the air version of Wrecking Ball. Just the air version. Rash players were able to use this to completely circumvent the risk of approach and start their offense far too easily. Wrecking Ball, both air and ground versions, now have heavy attack priority. Used to be special attack priority. So because of the lack of armor on the air version, this means beating it cleanly is much more reasonable to do, which I will now fail to do multiple times in a demo.
God.
I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Oh no. Doing two
Almost-
controls.
the
I'm no
spacing.
Sakurai, you know? There, got it.
Dude, man,
3
what
tries.
the
That's not too bad.
fuck?
So that's a big deal. We've
Oh,
also
I was hoping
reduced
they
the
weren't gonna
block
do that,
stun
but I
on
should
wrecking
know.
ball
I should know they're
moves
gonna be
to
first
10
aid,
frames
dude.
each. It used to be 18 frames on the ground version and a criminal 24 frames on the air version. That had to have been a typo. Why would I do that? So yeah, if you block these moves now, I did not mean to jump on the player 2 controller. Give me a moment here. You have a lot more time to kind of scoot under or throw out an anti-air because the block stun time is so much less. So you just have a lot more time to make a response. Rash still has the
God.
luxury of being able to do this, you know, forward moving, really good move and still attack afterwards and all that kind of stuff. But you have to use that move a lot more thoughtfully now, especially the air version, which has no armor.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, standing heavy kick. We've added 6 frames of recovery time to the standing heavy
Damn.
kick. You can actually probably see the animation looks a little different. He kind of holds his leg up a little longer at the end. I like it.
Yeah.
We've added a little bit of recovery time to the standing heavy kick, but we also added 6 frames of block stun and hit stun time so that the frame advantage is the same as before. But it's going to make whiff punishing this move like a lot more reasonable. See it and then smack him, which you really couldn't do before. It was very difficult to whiff punish. In addition to that, we've also shortened the cancel window on the standing heavy kick. It can now be canceled between frames 19 and 21. Used to be between 19 and 30, which was also a little bit criminal. And we also reduced the hit stop that this move inflicts by 3 frames. The result, hit confirming standing heavy kick, is much more challenging. I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's much, much harder though. Most of the time when I try it, I'm too late. But I do think somebody who's really, really paying attention could probably still do it. But pretty hard. Next up, we added 5 frames of recovery time to the overhead hammer fist command normal on whiff. So that also makes this a little easier to whiff punish. And we adjusted the block stun, so it's still -3 on block. But we didn't adjust the hit stun time because it crumple and recaptures. So you can already link whatever you want off of this. It's not a big deal. And just trying to make it a little bit more whiff punishable so we can't just kind of like do this over and over again quite as easily. We reduced the damage on the opener versions of Battering Ram to reduce his corner and instinct combo damage a bit. These used to do 10, 13, and 16 damage for light, medium, heavy. Now it's 8, 9, and 10. So less damage on these. Gargos's wings are in the way, of course, but...
Yeah.
We've drastically reduced the wall splat range of Rash's Wrecking Ball Ender. It pushes slightly less than half as far as it used to. This was the best wall splat ender in the game. He pushed you back, and he was flying at you while he pushed you back. So he pushed you back extra far so he could fly with you. He would go like 2 full screen lengths and get wall splats from anywhere. After the nerf, this is still the best wall splat ender in the game.
Damn, there's only
Just
4 of us on
like
kit.
45% of
So
what it used to be. So
play
take a look.
KI right now. And only 3 of us actually
So that's a bit
showing
farther from me
this.
now. We had to adjust the frame advantage so he'd be even and not be punishable if he didn't hit the wall. Because before he was actually punishable if he didn't hit the wall. But way less far than before. Still probably one of the best, or not, if not the best, wall splat enders in the game.
Yeah. It was wild before for sure. He took you way too far.
Yep. His throw now deals 35 damage. Used to be 45. Nice little drop there. His throw has the added benefit of being able to reposition or change directions, or even delay the release to combo into instinct projectiles. It just didn't make sense for it to do so much upfront damage, so now it does less. We've also lowered the damage of every hit of all of his ender types by 1 to 2 points. Rash is a highly mobile character with many reasonably safe ways to open up opponents, so his damage output was just a little bit too high for the risk factor. So we'll do a level 4 ender here. Take a look. It's just a little bit of a decrease, not huge, 42%. That probably would have been like 46 before, maybe 40, 45. And then this next one's pretty big. We reduced the damage on Shadow Big Bad Boot.
Ooh.
It used to do 32. Used to do 52 total. Now it does 32.
Wow.
There's a little bit less on block as well. It seems absurd in retrospect that this move was hit so much harder than, say, a Jago Shadow Uppercut, despite covering so much more space on the screen, doing so much more chip damage, being way easier to confirm into instinct or for safety or pressure. This change is also going to reduce Rash's juggle cash outs considerably, forcing him to risk a more breakable recapture in order to score a more optimal grounded ender for damage. So let's take a look. That's a lot less damage on the Shadow Big Bad Boot. It's a huge
Damn, Michelle is fuck.
Yes. So that's a lot of Rash nerfs. I went through them pretty fast. That's going to seem like a lot, but in practice, he's still
Damn,
he
man.
circumvents a lot of the game's zoning. He has strong pressure, and he can deal difficult to break damage.
Shit.
So let's hope his overall risk matches his reward a bit better after all of this. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still pretty good.
Yeah, I expect that he'll probably still be pretty strong because his tools are great. Even if he is just a bit weaker in a bunch of different ways, his tools are really strong.
Yeah. So next up is Gargos.
Shit, but it still changes a lot of shit the way we play
so
with.
I can give you a recap on the Rash reaction.
Fuck, that was what my
Pretty
dude
sure you know how that
said.
went. I think there's Alex V is probably writing a song right now about it. Let me just answer one of the questions that keeps coming up. Crossplay. So we didn't really cover that, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there because it keeps getting pinged. Someone asked me to do this. So yeah, crossplay is still there. You can still play Exhibition and Lobbies crossplay Steam to Xbox/PC, which is Windows. But ranked, there's no ranked crossplay. We did not turn that on. That's not something that we can do. So it is Xbox/PC ranked as always, and then Steam is its own ranked ecosystem. So that answers that one. I appreciate everybody asking that question, and hopefully that helps.
Cool. All right, moving on. Gargos. Arguably a character that doesn't need a nerf, but this is one of those things that was just really frustrating for folks, so we wanted to tone it down a little bit.
It's for a lot of oh yeah, hell yeah, it's
so the
absolutely.
damage on light portal punch to 7 used to be 10. A little bit less damage on those. We also, let me switch sides so you can see the life bar. We also reduced the block stun inflicted by all of the portal punches by 5, so they do a little bit less block stun than before, and that means you're going to be able to press a button to tag a minion or dash or something like that much sooner after this if you want to try and get in on Gargos. Again, I don't think he's like a super successful character that needed a nerf, but this was just one of those things that was really frustrating for a lot of the player base.
I want to say there should be some kind of anti-cheat on the PC version. I would think they at least have easy on it or something like that, but even still, yeah.
I saw both.
We'll have to see. I have no idea how it's going to shake out,
anti-cheat, yeah, it ain't
my
foolproof.
suspicion is probably still reasonably strong.
So yeah.
All right, let's check out General Rom and Idol.
What the fuck they did Rom? What the fuck they do to Rom?
So for General Rom, we just have one change. I think it's a pretty big one, but it may sound small to some folks. We'll see. All versions. Let me turn him on human real quick. All versions of the Crow Rush. That's this guy right here, the run and grab. They now attempt to grab 1 frame after the run ends. Used to be 5. So you see that part of the animation where he stops and like reaches for you? Used to be 5 frames after that started that he would grab you, and now it's 1 frame after that starts that he grabs you.
So they
the issue we're running into is that Crow Rush,
okay.
this move, is armored. It has the Krill armor on it. But that armor would end right as he started to try to grab you, and because there was a 5-frame window in there between the running ending and the grab, we would either have to give him another instance of armor there because of the way the game is built, so he'd get refreshed armor for 5 frames, or we had to shorten that window. Otherwise, he would just be left unarmored completely for 5 frames, which made the move just feel so much harder to use. It's also like not the highest reward move. You just get poison, a tiny bit of damage, and you're in like a +4 situation, which is nice, but it just felt like this move could stand to be a little stronger. So that's the change we made. It's a lot harder to kind of jump out of these on reaction. And you certainly are not going to find times where you mash jab and just kind of blow up the armor for no reason. Again, I think this is a bigger change than it sounds like it is, but it'll be hard to know until we see ROM players like put it into practice, because this isn't even a move that they used super often because it wasn't a very good move, and now it's a pretty good move. Cool. Moving on to Idol.
I'm very curious. Yeah,
but I was kind of hope they do a little bit more.
So we made some adjustments to his self face punch. I think I need to change some options here. I need to probably turn off regenerating health. Yeah. So we reduced the odds of changing modes after using the wake up self face punch significantly. It used to take I think a worst case of 4 punches, and now I think the worst case I've seen is 9 punches to change. We've increased
Damn.
the self damage done by this as well from 5 to 10. So I'll demo this in a second, but Idol is 2 characters in one, each with their own favorable and difficult matchups. But unfortunately, Idol players are finding it too quick and too low risk to stay in the mode they want to stay in, which heavily circumvents the intended weakness. So to combat this, we took a pretty hard swing at the face punching mechanic to make players think twice about using it to stay in a favorable matchup state. So I'm just going to start hitting myself. You can see how much damage I'm doing to myself. I got it in 3 that time, which is very uncommon. 2 that time. Wow, this is just the worst demo. 4 or 5 that time.
He is punching. He is very strong though.
Yeah, it took 6 that time. But the way it works, right, is like every time you do a thing that could change him, like a special move or whatever, it rolls the dice to see if he'll change. And if it doesn't, it adds a percentage chance to that, so it's more likely to happen next time. And a face punch is the same type of thing. It just adds a little bit of percentage and rolls the dice for you real quick. So you're still going to add a lot of percentage by just like doing these types of moves, right? You can just throw out special moves and add that percentage, and then eventually go for the switch with the punch, and it should work out. I'm getting really fast switches right now. I think I'm just getting really favorable RNG, but you'll find in practice it actually takes quite a bit longer to switch on purpose in most cases.
Oh god, that was a lot of punches. Oh
6,
my god.
7.
Yeah,
Damn.
So
Damn, that's like 7, 8
again, maybe
punches
RNG
when he
gods be with
switched.
you.
Holy fuck.
Next up, his Shadow Bolt Strike. I should probably turn Infinite Health back on. Whoops. His Shadow Bolt Strike is now fully invulnerable to projectiles only. It used to be fully invulnerable on startup. And to be honest, nobody on the design team remembers making that invulnerable in the first place. So we'll chalk it up to a questionable decision from past us.
Really?
Mage mode was not intended to have reversal options outside of this one, backwards telestrike. So in order to make sure that Mage mode has an answer to meaty projectile setups, we just kept the projectile invincibility on the first 14 frames of this. So you're not going to be using that to get out of pressure as Mage anymore. Also, his Stomp Strike has been adjusted. These used to be 0, +2, and +3 on block. Now they're -2, -4, and -6. And they still push you back quite a bit and all that, right? So you won't always get a punish on them. But it just didn't make sense for Mage mode to have up close pressure as good as the Stomp Strikes were enabling. So getting rid of that, along with getting rid of the strike, it's going to put Mage mode's weaknesses where they were always intended to be, which is that he's going to want to not be up close to opponents. He's going to want to zone.
Yeah. Yeah, the stomps were wild before.
Yeah, and that's it for Idol. Not a huge amount of changes, but I think in practice they're going to make a pretty big dent on the game plan. So we'll see how it goes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is quite a strong character, so I think it makes sense.
And we're down to our last 2 characters. We got Eagle and Shin Hisako.
Yeah.
What? Oh, no. That was regular Sako.
In
They said they wouldn't make no
bullying you
changes.
so hard was definitely not fun up close. You're like, why am I being stomped to death?
Yeah. All right, let's check this out. I'm gonna do Shin Hisako first. I just put her on player 2 because it's a little easier for me to control Eagle on arcade stick for various reasons. Okay, cool. Shin Hisako, only 1 change on this character. I think this is a character loaded with untapped potential, but it was very clear that she had a real struggle in matchups against zoners. And the change that we made was we made it so that her forward moving Spirit Orb moves twice as fast as it used to. So let's take a look. Forward moving Spirit Orb. Whoa. That thing is cruising now. And of course she can teleport to it at any time. She can unleash those in the air. It takes a lot less time for you to wait till it to get into a good position to teleport in, which is great. Additionally, she has incredibly good walk speeds. And before you would put out one of these and just like, you know, it'd be off screen already behind me. And you can't go full speed with them or anything like that. They are pretty fast, not that fast, but you can actually kind of like stay near it and be more threatening and just kind of poke these into a fireball whenever you want. And they have really good priority against other projectiles as well. So, you know, they're good for an opportunity to blow through a projectile at the right distance and make something happen. I think it's a huge change for her, and I think it's going to really help with the matchups that were really bad for her as well. Because again, I think she's a very, you know, rich character filled with untapped potential that was just really struggling because some of those matchups were just really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good change. She probably needed to be able to schmoove a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Rojan
watching
might
her video
actually like
roll
that.
out,
I know he
she's got the
plays
character where
with
she either
Sako and Shin
ran away
Sako
and
a
did stuff
lot.
and she looked really good, or she just like couldn't get in, and you're like, well,
Yep. All right, and then lastly, let's talk about Eagle. Eagle is the only other character we teased would be changing a bit. He was the last character we ever released for the game, and as such, he had the least amount of time to get tweaks and adjustments and stuff. We made quite a lot of changes to him here with the goal of tuning him a bit more towards zoning and a bit away from lockdown. He still has a little bit of that though, to get him more in line with our original vision for the character. So, you know, of all the characters, I think this is probably one of the bigger adjustments you'll have to make if you're an Eagle player.
okay.
First up, we added 4 additional frames of block stop and hit stop to the bow spin, just like Fulgor's, just to make it a little easier to shadow counter. Not a huge deal. I guess I should make her block it, right, so you can see it. Yeah, there you go. All right, so next up, we lengthened. This is a huge mix of buffs and nerfs. They're not in any particular order. You'll know what's a buff and a nerf as I say it, for sure. But we lengthened the recovery time that the bird suffers after Sonic Screech and Bird Bomb actions. So that's this guy, Sonic Screech. You can wait to see how long it takes for the bird to recover. When he flashes, that's when I can use him again, right? So that's now 120 frames of recovery. Used to be, or sorry, 210 frames of recovery. Used to be 120. And the Bird Bomb is now 180 frames of recovery. Used to be 120. So it's quite a bit more recovery on these bird actions, these particularly powerful bird actions. So you're gonna have to use these moves a bit more thoughtfully. We also added 4 frames of block stun to each hit of the Sonic Screech to trigger Absolute Guard. Absolute Guard means that if you're blocking and you let go a block, you continue to block, right? So if I block that and I let go a block on Hisako, she's going to keep blocking it. And the issue here was Eagle would make you block the Sonic Screech and then just jump over you. And you would get hit every single time. Like that is just a really hard cross up to block. And in this case now, let's see if I can do it here. Oh, that's the wrong motion. Gotta let the bird reset. And there he goes. So now the Absolute Guard is going to save you. You're not going to get opened up completely for free every time you block the bird Screech. But on the other side of that, you can't wiggle out either. That's a true block string now. You can't just like do a projectile and this little move to kind of scoot out of there. So it has a little bit of a buff to it as well, but I think overall I would consider it a nerf. We also adjusted the Bird Bomb explosion area, the hitbox on this, to be both bigger, like taller, and hit closer to Eagle. So it's harder to wedge yourself like in between the explosion and him and just avoid it completely. It's his only defensive tool, and it was just too easy to jump over or get behind previously. And I think the longer recovery on the Bird Bomb also helps justify this change.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We also increased the damage on Bird Bomb. It used to be 14, now it's 20. We added some additional pushback to Bird Swoop. This is going to aid his zoning a lot. You can see it kind of gives you a little shove when you block it, very similar to Arya's booster drone. And we've increased the damage on Bird Swoop from 10 to 15, so a little bit more damage into his zoning. His arrows don't hit that hard, but you can kind of throw out the bird. It's one of his lower recovery actions as well, to aid your zoning and make it even cooler. All right, so moving on. This is my favorite buff for Eagle, I think. But we got some bird fling improvements. This move was just filled with issues that I wish I had caught back then. We corrected an issue where the game was not checking for the 3-kick input properly when pressing all 3-kick buttons manually, like on an arcade stick. So doing the bird fling on a pad with the shortcut 3-kick button felt great, but on stick it just didn't work most of the time. But that is fixed now. So if you're a stick user and an Eagle player, you're going to find getting these bird flings out if you use the 3-kicks manually to feel vastly more reliable, just so much more reliable. That's a nice change. There was another issue though. We fixed an input check, an issue where the input check after the bird fling could miss your button if you were too fast. So you do like bird fling and then attack, and you're like, oh, I got it. And then the game's just like, no, you were too fast. Your move's not coming out. And you never want to be punished for being too quick. So we fixed that as well. So you can see it's very easy to get these attacks out now and do your little, your little Magneto triangle dash stuff. Even a heavy will come out in time. Pretty easy to do. Feels so much better. And of course, you can do those off of his flip as well. So you can do like this flip and then, dash in front of somebody, do an attack. Like that kind of thing is pretty cool.
Oh god, yeah, that's great.
You could always do that. It just felt unreliable to do it.
Yeah.
Feels a lot more reliable now.
You hit it like basically every time after the first couple.
Yeah, you just won't miss this anymore. We vastly increased the fling distances on all of the non-down directions for bird fling. And it's going to be a lot easier to move fling to move around the screen and kind of use it to aid your zoning, right? So obviously the down ones are for offense or for trickery. You know, you're near somebody, you do one of these, you go low, you do, you know, jump over them and then come back and hit them, you know, typical 8-way air dash stuff. But the other ones are really interesting. This back one sends you about this far. The forward one sends you about that far. And then let's check up back. You can go up here and shoot an arrow from an interesting angle, right? The up one goes up pretty high. You can shoot an arrow from up really high now. And then, of course, the up forward one. And, you know, if you want to, you could probably do something like that and almost kick somebody from full screen if you were so inclined. I almost made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can move quite a bit. The bird fling just feels a lot better. Just feels so much better to use, and I'm looking forward to seeing people kind of mix this into their movement and their zoning to cover new angles and just make the character feel a lot more threatening from a distance than he used to. Since his lockdown is definitely a lot worse now that all of his pressure strings involving this have longer delay before the next loop and all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, we made an adjustment to his instinct mode. Eagle's instinct mode was widely recognized as the weakest in the game, and worse than being the weakest, which would have been fine, it often feels like it gets in the player's way, which is really bad. So because some of his most oppressive lockdown has been weakened, we wanted to try to improve his instinct mode and make it worth using. So here's what we did. Peck now deals an additional 10 frames of hit stun, time to grounded opponents. This is Peck when the bird attacks automatically afterwards, so you have a lot more time to attack again. Peck is now going to launch airborne opponents into a juggle state, like that. So it's a little easier to do something. So the standing hard kick always launches, right? So if you kind of have Peck on deck and it's in the right spot, you can launch somebody up with that. And as a reminder, he can cash out juggles with this move.
Yeah.
And we've increased the hitbox size on Peck by 2x. It's much larger. So it basically almost never whiffs now. And it would happen a lot before, especially against a character as small as Shin Hisako, where the Peck would just not even touch her. She'd just be crouch blocking and it would totally miss. And you can see now that it definitely hits. And you can definitely put the pressure on with this, which is very, very nice.
This looks way better. This looks way
so
more
much
fun too.
Yeah. And you can do, you can do cool combos with it. Something like that, right? It's kind of fun. Feels good to do. This just makes it's a useful instinct mode now. I'm not going to say it's like the top instinct mode or anything, but it's useful now. You'll actually want to use it and do some cool stuff with it, which is awesome.
And I imagine with like Kling and Peck and everything, you probably have some more stuff that you can do, and that's like fun. And also just doing buttons. It seems just better to like walk down.
Yeah, it comes out when you jump too, so you can jump over people and do something like that. And because the hit stun's longer, you might actually get a combo off of it now, whereas before it was actually pretty hard to do. So that's a lot of potential there as well. I think overall, Eagle's probably a bit better than before, but less of a nightmare to fight against. Because he was doing his game plan more and less like pin you in the corner with infinite arrows and infinite bird.
Yeah, he was really like when he was going before, it was like miserable, but when he's not, it was like all right. But this looks like more the power shifted, right? Like he's like he's got access to strong tools and stuff and cool things to do, but it's not just like I do Screech and then I hop and I'm chilling. It's like he kind of did one thing really well before, and now it's like
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's it. That's the balance changes.
Nice. Yeah, I think most of the changes to me make the characters more interesting and less degenerate, because we like degenerate stuff in KI, but like you don't want it to be like this is the thing I do. This is the good thing. So yeah, I like the changes. Makes a lot of
hopefully
sense.
players' playstyles will shine a little bit better with some of these changes and some of the most frustrating stuff folks have been dealing with. Maybe even in some cases they quit the game because some of this stuff crossed the line for them personally, and so they said this was too frustrating. Hopefully some of that stuff is toned down now. You can come back and give the game another try and have a lot of fun. Being a powerful character that's just a little less frustrating to fight against. And we do think the whole cast is still pretty powerful, especially those characters that didn't get changes. They're all very strong characters, and I think you will find they feel stronger now because some of those most difficult characters to fight are definitely toned down a bit.
Yeah, I imagine the power level of those characters feels much more reasonable now, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're like, oh man, I didn't get any changes.
I still hate the shit that they did with fucking Rats.
Aghanos is a little weaker.
In all honesty, yeah, he's right. He
is. A
is.
little weaker. You're just like, wait a minute, this feels I can actually play the video game now against them, right? So
Exactly. So, Steve, what changes are you most looking forward to testing out on your stream after this?
Well, it's funny. I don't know if it's like a change necessarily, but I'm actually really interested in trying Eagle in this version. He looks way more of a character that I would like to play. And since I played Fulgore for a long time, I really want to mess with the cancels. When you did like shallow blade dash into laser, I was like, okay,
It's like playing Morgan Fireball loops. It's pretty,
it's a soul. Like, I saw that. I was like, okay, I can mess with that. That looks really fun.
Cool.
I like the shit that they
well,
did
like we
with
told you guys at the top of the show, Steve has access
Orchid
to this
too.
build,
So yeah,
and he's going to be going live on his stream right when we shut down this stream. He's going to be able to test some stuff out in the training mode and show you guys hopefully a better frame rate than I've been able to broadcast. So right when the stream ends, the after party's going on twitch.tv/Sajam. If you want to see more of this build and explore it with him, head over. I might even show up and play some matches against him. We'll see how it goes.
ooh,
Yeah, that's it. Steve, thank you so much for coming and helping out with this. Let's bring James back on and do some closing information. James, welcome back.
Hey, I'm so glad I was off camera that whole time. And I was like, I
yeah,
don't know how you do
dude.
that. I don't know how you play two things at once and show everything so seamlessly. But I was also
I
watching
made so many mistakes. I feel so embarrassed.
Oh man, well at least you didn't stutter like I did earlier, tongue-tied on a few simple ones. But hey, I also been watching the chat, and I will just say that I want to answer every single thing, but when there's this many thousands of people in there, it's just impossible. So
Yo, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, man?
For the end here. So
I'm doing
let's
good,
talk
dude.
About,
Especially now I'm off the next 4 days from work.
I
Oh
want
my
everybody
god.
To remember that.
Oh, that
of the
damn
show,
place
we're
about
talking
pissed me
the
off
fact that we're
day.
consolidating the editions from the many down to just. Oh, here we go. KI base game and anniversary edition. This will be on all 3 platforms. Steam is getting free to play. Existing owners of Steam get an automatic free upgrade to this. Anybody who owned KI Supreme Edition or KI Definitive Edition digitally, you automatically get an upgrade to this. And anybody who had any a la carte content, if you had just like one season, if you had a couple characters, don't worry, all that stuff is still unlocked in Anniversary Edition. You don't need to do anything. The only thing that we're doing that you need to remember is
aesthetic.
that we are retiring all of those previous editions in the a la carte option. So you only
Don't
have
you
these 2
love that
options
happens?
so that means
Right?
if you want to buy just one more character, or if you thought, hey, I really want the KI Classics, you should go get Definitive Edition, or you could just buy one character right now. Or if you have Game Pass, you don't need to do anything. We're just going to replace the existing KI in Game Pass with this upgraded Anniversary Edition. So, we're just trying to make it as simple and easy as possible. So, yeah, and it's Black Friday sale, so I think I saw that KI Definitive Edition is about $13-ish on all the platforms. So,
Whoa.
yeah, it's a great time to buy it. You don't
Sound
lose
about
it.
right, yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get
I wonder if they've added
all
anything to the Black
accessories
Friday
that you
sale.
already have.
We might have to look at that real quick
You
too.
got friends or
A
people
little
in
bit.
FGC who've been wanting to give it a try. I mean, have them get that version quick.
Yeah,
What's-
totally. And,
excuse me, boy, what's
and
been
I
going
also
on with you,
mentioned
Mark?
earlier that the free-to-play base game is much nicer
y'all ready
now
for
that it's
Turkey
all
Day
of the
tomorrow?
cast rotating every week. So again, if you have any friends who have been on the fence or just wasn't sure, just hey, once this comes out, they get to check out a character each week, and you get to play all the modes in there.
Yeah,
And that's the other
nice.
thing
Hell
we
yeah,
do. It's a
dude.
little different. We let you go ranked, Shadow Lords, single player, whatever you want to do. Go for it. And you may not know this one. Here's some secret sauce.
Man, I can't
If you
wait
play
for tomorrow.
Shadow Lords in
Dude,
free-to-play
hell
mode,
yeah.
you actually get Jago unlocked permanently by simply completing the tutorial. And then
He
can
just
take
got
him
buffed.
to the lab. Take him into Shadow Lab, make a Shadow AI with your free Jago. And if you get halfway
nice,
through the
dude.
progression in Shadow Lords, you get a free Orchid. So that's not. I don't think we really made that common knowledge. I mean, I think we hyped it up back in 2016 when we launched the thing.
Yeah.
So that's the recap on a la carte and the modes. Let's talk about 86. Our friends at 86. They're doing their Black Friday event right now. I just looked their countdown. I think there's 4 days left. They've brought back some of the shirts that were previously gone, like Riptor and Cinder. They sold out of. They've brought that back. They've done a refreshed design on Thunder, and they've also refreshed the design on Glacius. And check this out. I mean, I look like a beast now. It's great.
I'm about to say that bottom straight right there looks pretty badass.
So, I love this shirt. It's blue. I'm all into blue. So, and there's one last thing. 86 also has something new for you.
So what
that
got
just
you
went live
into
during the stream?
GTA, Mark?
We finally have a Jago shirt. It's taken a while, but boy, I love this design. I can't wait
That's
to get my hands
actually
on it.
pretty damn cool.
And so
Ooh.
yeah, that's it from the merch hype department.
Oh, I
All
like
right,
that.
everybody.
I
That
might
concludes
go
our
get that
show.
Jago
Patch
shirt.
notes should be online very shortly, if not right now. So check the link in the chat or on our social media when that comes up. A big special thanks to
Oh, what's
Sajam
that?
for helping
Because
today.
I
and to
just
the
saw they
entire
had it
secret
pinned in
NBA
there.
test group for helping us make this update as good as possible. They were truly wonderful to work with, and they got to experience, you know,
Nah,
daily
nah,
iteration
nah.
builds, which
Hell
I'm
yeah,
sure
dude.
for them as well. It was really fun to work with
I
them.
got
The teams at Xbox
two
and Iron
Batman
Galaxy
games on
sincerely
PC. I'm
hope you all
playing on.
enjoy exploring this new
Oh,
version of
nice.
Killer
Hell yeah,
Instinct.
man.
We want you to post your feedback and videos with the hashtag PlayKI wherever
Oh,
you post. And if you did a live reaction on
man,
stream,
that's
toss
a
us that link so we
trip.
can check it out. We'll be watching all the awesome stuff you discover and matches you play. And be sure to join that after party stream on Sajam's channel, twitch.tv/Sajam, right after this. After the new version comes out, go play. Tell us what you think. Give it a little time. We're really looking forward to hearing your feedback, and we'll be following it closely.
I'm saying, when
In case
does it
any
come
additional
out?
Adjustments to the game balance are needed.
They kind of didn't say that.
Yeah,
when
thanks for
when
loving
does it
KI.
come out?
Thanks for being with us today. That's it. That's our show. One more thing.
As soon as we know the release date, because we're
Yes.
in final testing right now,
Yes.
we will follow up. We'll hit you on social, and
I
we'll
see
make
it.
sure you know. It's soon.
Yes.
Damn.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you on Sajam's stream. Bye.
Damn, so we still gotta wait a bit before we actually get our hands on it. Damn. That's been pulled me and everything, which is good. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that GTA RP, I mean, hell, that's just another facet y'all can add to your content right now. You know, I think that's a good thing, bro, because we need so many things rushed out in one turn script. Well, yeah, that's true. But hell, at the same time, it's like how long they've had to really work on this. Hell, I think they've already pushed that back at least once, maybe twice. If I remember right, I want to say they've already at least pushed it back once. So, ah, dude, you never forget. It's like riding a bike. That is true. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They've had plenty of time. I mean, and y'all, I think I've kind of said this before. It's hype as we are to hear that they're releasing yet another update for this game as old as it is. I'm glad they actually did some visual stuff to it, because I mean, you got to think about it. This game came out back on the Xbox One when the Xbox One first came out. So, and I can't actually, no, I think it did get Xbox One X enhancements, but Series XX optimizations, I'm pretty sure it didn't. So hopefully, maybe that's what was in this here is based optimization for the Series X and X. So, yeah, the OG Killer Instinct. No, we talking about this one here that's been on the Xbox, the Xbox One and all. That's what that stream was all about. They released the 10th anniversary update for it. And I mean, hell, it's been a few years since they've done anything on Killer Instinct. But hell, the fact that the game is 10 years old and they're about to release another update on, like, dude, that's actually kind of epic if you think about it. Like, how many games can you really think of that 10 years later still get updated? I don't think I've ever heard of a game being that old. Well, I mean, outside of things that, you know, they get because of the console, you know, like all I ain't talking about all the shit. You know, FPS boost and all that. I ain't talking about all that. I mean, like the game itself got shit worked on in it. you don't really hear that too often. Is Last of Us that old? And actually, hold on. I'm gonna start down right there. We gotta put Last of Us to the side because see that actually got a whole remaster and a remake. I'm not talking remaster remake. I'm talking that one game that was originally out get up there. I'm not talking about remakes or remasters. I'm talking about that very fucking game right there that first came out getting an update. How often do you hear that? No remake, no remaster. It's the same fucking game, but gets an update after 10 years. They're going to be adding FSR 3 frame generation very soon. The Xbox. Because that means we would be able to possibly push 120 plus FPS on games moving forward. Yeah, that would be nice because these consoles can do 120. Yeah, but they're not all really using it just yet. I don't understand why. I don't understand why when a game like Knockout City was able to do it no problem. So although why there's not more games using it, I think almost. Actually, I'm gonna have to look into it. Don't take my word for it. Gears 5 might in multiplayer. I don't think campaign does 120. I think I want to say multiplayer might though. Like I said, don't take my word for it. Let me look that before I commit to it. But yeah, like them the only two. The only let me tell you that the only for sure and the only possible that I know of that as of now actually hit 120 on that Series X and S. There might be some more, but like I said, you don't really hear about them. And it's kind of a shame that knowing that these consoles can do 120, there's not more games that do 120. Because I'm telling you now, a lot of y'all might not be able to experience this unless you got the monitors for it. I got a monitor right here that will play these consoles at those levels. And I'm telling you now, when I was playing Knockout City, once I got this monitor right here that's in the middle of my 120 hertz for one whatever, man, world of difference playing that game. Oh my God. In all honesty, it does make a difference. Those extra frames, even though technically speaking, the human eye can't really see all that, it still helps big time with your reaction. I'm telling you that right now. It was wild. And once again, Knockout City, a game that eventually went free to play. It didn't start free to play, remember that, but it did eventually go free to play, was able to do 120. So why isn't more games being made at 120? I'm just saying. Shoot. But actually, you know what? Y'all give me about 2 minutes. I need to get up again because I do want to actually try to get some real time in today. And hell, it is 6 o'clock. I've already been on almost 2 hours. What? Oh, damn, that stream lasted that long? Holy shit. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that damn update was actually out for it because we didn't fire up. Well, hell, we still. Nah, I want to wait till the update before fire up KI again. But we'll play some. Plus, you know, also we still got we do need to talk about Blue Beetle because I did finally see that over the weekend. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, the new anime on Netflix that came out this weekend as well. I ain't finished that, but we'll talk about that for a little bit as well. I still got a few more episodes to finish. I'm trying to slow burn it. I don't want to fucking fly through it at all. I mean, it's all there in case I do want to, but I'm trying to take my time with it because it's fucking Scott Pilgrim. I fucking love that shit. Fucking love the movie, and I love how all the actors from the movie came back for this. But that and also I gotta tell you about fucking Ready Player 2. I finally finished that book yesterday. My plan was to have it finished by today, but shit. Yeah, yesterday I said, fuck it, I just went on here and finished the last 2 chapters I had in it because like the end of that book got that damn good. So yeah, I most definitely got to talk about that. But give me about 2-3 minutes. I gotta watch this damn Cheeto shit off my finger. Y'all know how that is. Did I? Fuck, I hate when it does this shit. But I will, as soon as I figure out which buttons, be right back in. Okay, I'll be right back.
You guys might know then. Gargos' instinct didn't change to my knowledge either, right? It should be the same. There's no Riptor changes now. So it doesn't break Ram's armor. Okay. So then it sounds like it doesn't. Rash got nerfed a lot. There's lots of changes. What up, DMC? Is there something else? It won't grill? Yes. Hisako is not changed, which is probably good if you're a Hisako player. Yeah, the difference in timing, I'm curious about that. The difference in timing on Arya, there's no wolf changes. Yeah, Hisako is going to be really powerful, I think. So, like, what did you have in mind for Arya pressure? What up, Dale Steve?
Key community eating good this turkey day best sip.
Key community? Like, did you have a specific setup that you wanted me to try? The oh man, or even just like call the assist and then throw. The recovery on it is way longer. It's definitely very noticeable. Like even just doing this and then throwing. I mean, you can call it again. You have enough time on a lock or on the knockdown there to call it again. But like I could call the other assist probably, right? But not call this one.
You're a Sajam fan now?
What up, Zero Striker? So I can do this, and then I can call this, and then float and do that. And then I'll have the blade assist. My expectation here is that if you have multiple assists still, it will probably feel similar, right? As long as you're cycling between like this assist, and then on the next knockdown, you're cycling this, and then doing this, and then calling this again, it's probably fine.
Alright, I'm back in one.
That looks
spoiler,
like
really?
it shouldn't be that different. My expectation, though,
You know,
is that if you're like
that was
doing
kinda
this
perfect
and
because
then
I will
floating
say
and then
this,
doing
spoiler
this,
alert,
you won't have the
fucking,
assist back for a while. So you might actually have to like extend your pressure.
as I was saying before,
and
I went to
then
wash my
see
hands
if
real
you
quick.
have time afterwards.
Ready Player 2. I will go ahead and say this right now about this book. If you have not got the chance to check it out yet, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of the movie, you read the first book, most definitely check this out. And fun thing is, it came out. Hold on, when did this come out? Did it come out 2020? I think it came out 2020, I remember right. Yeah. This book came out in 2020, so it's 3 years old. And I've had it damn near since it came out, and I'm just now finishing it. That's another story. But anyways, this book came out in 2020. And you know how now there's all this discussion about AI and its potential and all that. Yeah, already in here. And it's fucking nuts. You know? And it's, if you once again read the first book or watched the movie, honestly, it was a logical way to continue this story. Like you like, in all honesty, you could almost, if you haven't read it beforehand, and especially before all this AI stuff really started to take off and whatnot, it makes sense that it kind of starts going in that direction. I'm not gonna give too much of it away and all. And hell, honestly, I gotta go back through it again just to get all the references at the Easter eggs. Hey, Caster Labs, thank you for the follow on, kid. Welcome to the team. Appreciate that. Hold on. Had I? Oh no, that's it. Okay, I had to ask on my way. Hold up, is this the actual Caster Labs, or is this like a bot somehow adding itself to the follow list? Okay. What's going on, Caster Labs? How you doing? And by the way, if for any streamers out there who are multi-streaming, Caster Labs has an app that makes it totally easy for you to actually see multiple streams in one chat. I'm sitting here using it now on mine, and freaking stream died, really? Huh. Getting that's the stream. All right. Okay, I think it's coming back, maybe. Yeah, that was, oh damn, that is weird. I thought you thought it was just kick, okay. I'm about to say, yeah, it's kind of weird. I see it on my screen now too. It's kind of okay. There we go. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was doing that on mine too. So maybe it was a little hiccup or whatever. But I appreciate those falls, Castle Lab. I really do. Yeah, and as I was saying before, I love that app. It makes it so easy to have everything all in one chat, doc and OBS and all. Freaking love it. Now, while you're here, I actually have a question. Do y'all have a widget in that app as well that actually will do this here? Because I'm actually this is Pixel Chat right here, but do y'all have your own like on screen chat as well? I think I saw that if I remember right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, I most definitely had to try that out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have no issues with Pixel Chat and all, but I know a few people who would like to do basically this right here, but might not want to use something like Pixel Chat where you have to actually pay for this here, and I'll make sure I most definitely say, yeah, Caster Labs. That app does the same thing, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that. But and we do alerts. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. I think I see some mad scientist mode coming on, because I didn't realize it does alerts too. Okay. Pretty sweet. Try to be one stop. Hey, that's a good way to be, right? Yeah, especially now we finally actually got multi-streaming on Twitch. Took them how long to let us be able to do this? I mean, well, shoot, yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah. And what's y'all's plan for Turkey Day, Caster Labs? Hope y'all ready for that. I know I am. I'm so ready for tomorrow. Sit around, make turkey. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that, right? Watch football too, of course. I'm pretty sure I'll play some games in there somewhere. I gotta find out exactly what we got going on tomorrow. Yeah, I might just be going one of my aunts and uncle's house and oh really? Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Hell, in all honesty, tomorrow, if I do watch any football, it's mainly because of fantasy. My team's apparently not know they ain't playing Turkey Day this year. Chinese 8109, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the team. How you doing tonight? Wait, hold on. It must be on them. I don't think I got that face on mine. No. I'm like, hold on, that's a weird little face. I never seen that one. Oh shoot. Yeah, I'm so ready for tomorrow. Actually, I'm glad I got 4 days off from work, because I do have a full-time job as well. I work in the automotive industry in a transmission factory, and yeah, it's been exhausting the last few days, especially today. Oh my god. Yeah, I was ready to tear the little bit of hair I got on my head right now out. It's been that bad. But once again, I'm glad I'm off next few days. What's with Mackenzie being oh shoot. Honestly, Caster Labs, it ain't even the automotive industry that did this. It was the restaurant industry. Yeah, I worked at Hooters years ago for about 8.5 years, and yeah, that's when all this started happening. Having to deal with all those girls all the time. Love them to death, but sometimes it's like people at a place I'm at night just want But yeah, honestly, you're not lying there either. I think about it, all the good ones really are bald, ain't they? I almost guarantee a lot of that got to deal with being around them hot cars too. Yeah, because not everything can be done as far as maintenance and all that with the car off. Sometimes you have to be looking at that thing with it on, and car engines get kind of hot. I mean, shoot, when I was working in the restaurant industry, actually, pretty much for the most part, mainly this part of my arm right here, I didn't have any hair on it just from being over fires and grills and all that, you know. Yeah, you're right. Now oil kind of does that too. Yeah, motor oil and all that junk. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. And hell, if you work in a shop dealing with actual customers and all that, of course that reduces it too. Just like them hoodoo girls, you know, general customers, they sometimes they make you want to go too. Well, yeah, plenty of. We're all step closer to Sarah Place. Oh, really? Do they? Customer service? Yes, yes, it does. Caster Labs, yes, it does. They put a video on disc. Oh, okay, sweet. Like couple months away, close. A little bit longer, a little bit closer. Shoot, hold on. Now you said that. Man, check this out. I think I'm in. Oh, yeah. I am in the Discord. Couple that what? Oh, Cass. Oh, okay, SharePlay. I hear you. Okay, now where's this video at? Beta set go. Is that where it's at? Ooh. To be on the general. Okay. Only user. Oh, what's this on the beta set? Go just drop your play tags. Only users in our Discord gets the invite will be phased on board with opening only opening beta for now to our community here. Oh, I don't think I've done that. Let me make sure my name's up in there too. Yeah, let's check this video out. Hey, Caster Labs, while you're here, maybe that's another platform you might be looking into. Okay. Start this over. I reacted with emo and then nice. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, hold on. I gotta play that one more time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm actually excited for this one here too. You saw the gameplay of fun. Dude, really? Hold on. Because I did think about it. I'm like, hold up, was any of us in here? Because, Deceptus, he was part of their, what was it, a closed beta, I guess you could call it. I did a little stream time over there as well. Oh shit! So no, hold up. Oh, actually, I need to move my camera because it's all up in the way. Right there. Well, how about that? That's freaking, dude. That's freaking awesome. Hell yeah. Let me make sure. Okay, there we go. Shoot, that's pretty awesome. Man. Hell yeah, dude. That's damn. I didn't realize how many people that actually kind of got in on this so far. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hell, I'm trying to remember what did I even play when I was on share play. It's been so long since I did. I kind of forgot what I did over there. I know I played. Well, I'm pretty sure I played a game over there. I went doing this on there. You know what? Yep, you're right. I'm like I either did Gears or I did a fight game. I had to do one to two. yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was one of those times we was playing Gears, wasn't it? Future is bright for streaming and content creation. Yeah, it is. You know what's going to be perfect? What? Oh, they got co-streaming over there, don't they? Dude, fuck yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be so awesome. Yeah, especially when we're playing Gears and all, because you know, for those y'all don't know, me and Seth, we've been going through all the Gears campaigns whenever we can actually work it out to play together and all that. And especially in the first couple games, you know, that's a couple areas where you gotta split up and you see different things. So yeah, that right there, co-stream, oh, that's gonna be so sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to do that again. It's one of the things I really do miss about Mixer being on. Because, you know, co-streaming was pretty fun. And it was honestly probably one of the best ways to really get to know not only your own community, but other communities and other streamers. It was so easy to do it too. Like now, I mean, technically speaking, now you still kind of can co-stream, but it is so much more complicated now. Having to go through Discord and all that. No, Mixer or literally press a couple buttons and boom. You see everybody's screen, and it was 4 people at once. So basically, it was perfect. Twitch has built in for. Oh, well now, yeah, now that kind of do. Yeah, I was say I haven't tried it yet. I know I've heard a couple people say it was all right. And then I heard a couple people say this absolutely sucks. Still, you know, you would think as long as that technology, that concept has been out, Twitch would have been able to really do it easily and do it fast. But hell, in all honesty, I remember when the Mixer meltdown happened, co-streaming on Twitch was still for partners on. I'm like, damn, really? I heard it was rough a lot of the time. Yeah, I heard that too. Better than teams, I guess. Yeah, I hope there's better than teams anyways. Castle, to be honest with you. Yeah, teams. What can you say about teams? Oh, Lord of mercy. All right, that back now. Oh, me. I swear, me and freaking Voice Mod, we're about to have it out. I don't know what's going on with it today. It's been, yeah, I've used the Voice Mod app, so that way, in any case I want to change my voice or whatever, I just have it right there. But yeah, it's like done that 3-4 times already today. I don't know what's going on with it. Watch it. I guess I'll run through some stuff and check it out in a little while when I get off. But yeah, it's really weird. I never had no issues with Voice Mod. All of a sudden, here it is just dropping out on me at random times. Huh. Yeah, speaking of, I mean, they got all these different AI voices in it too, like this little jackass. Oh wait, hold on, it ain't even on.
This jackass. Yeah, about this motherfucker. I sound like right now. He's supposed to be in Colombia this weekend. Florida. I'm out of both. Idiot hairstyle. Central. Central. Yeah.
Play around with this sometime. Oh Lord of mercy. But shut your mouth, dude. Well, hell, I'd rather have my hands than something else straight, so I'll take it. But yeah, that's kind of funny. They've been making such a big deal out there on the news. President Trump, I ain't saying it. But yeah, he gonna be at the big Carolina Clemson game down in Columbia this weekend. And it's like, dude, do you not know who you talk to when y'all report this? We don't care. It's Carolina and freaking Clemson. That's all we care about. Taylor Swift can have her ass there for all we give a damn. It's about that game. They smell my coffee. Oh shit! Damn! What the hell you drinking coffee this late for, man? Yeah, I love messing around with those sometimes because yeah, it's almost scary how some of those sound. Like where's that? They got another one on here that I tried way back. I think it's this one here, maybe.
Dude, yeah. You ain't on me. Come on. The line jabs of the house.
I appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate that, Larry. Oh, that's well, you let right. Gotta go around some people. Nice, hell yeah. Appreciate you stopping by Castle Labs. Damn, I tell you earlier today. That's what you earlier today. I was needed. Okay. So how that? So that's going pretty good still. Yeah, and all us, I do need to use that a little bit more than I have been. Even though I'll be honest with you, I have kind of once again, I have my moments of mad scientist mode where I kind of sit here, brainstorm stuff. I have had a couple times where I'm like, I think I might know a way I can use those voices a little bit more. Yeah, I've still got to work in a couple of logistics out of my head. I mean, more than just like, hit certain it's just turning it on, like really actually using them. So, but believe me when I say, when I fully get it figured out and all, yeah, I'll let y'all know. But basic gist of it is, I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe I could use them and do like a story or something on stream, you know. That's kind of my thought right now. So, but once I get it all figured out, I'll let y'all know. That's gonna be one of those special ones that I'm gonna be like, okay, I need y'all to get this out for me. I need y'all help, you know, spread it all over the place, because I want to make sure that's gonna be something that's big, you know. Like, I want to make sure people know, oh, he's doing this today. They'll go check it out. Almost like those kind of what I'm thinking right now in my head, as I said it, kind of like those like live specials of shows that they done before on like ABC, I think is done on, like where they do like an episode of like an old show, like they did with Different Strokes and what, I think it was Facts of Life, maybe, where they have some of the old characters come back basically as their, you know, well, that not maybe that's the old selves, but you know, they're involved with it somehow, and there's some other star of the day playing like characters from back then and all. But yeah, it'd be something like that, I think. That's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, I might even try to actually do something on in a YouTube video wise, just kind of get a little practice for it all. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Do something like that. Might be pretty cool. Yeah, especially all these. Yeah, especially with all these AI voices that they have in. I mean, they got a whole lot. They got a couple women. They got one named Jennifer, but the picture looks like freaking. Let me pull up. It looks like what's her face? I swear I had her name right down. Got Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek. I'm like, what's the other fine one? What's the other fine Latino? Yeah. Sky looks like Salma Hayek. You know, the name of it is Jennifer. So here, so let's see who.
See, Zaza. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it. Because I do hear more Selma than I do Jiver. Thank you, merci. Okay. Is this a valley girl? Oh my god. Yeah. Love it, massive. No job, man. Hold on.
Hold on. Can you hear me? Look, hell. Not no way. It's nice. I got out. It is. Here's a liar. Oh no. I do. Cigar, come here. Please. Oh. You see that? I might do something with this, but yeah, that's so much of this. In my,
I hate doing this. Yes. Yes, it is. I don't know. Fuck it up Twitter. Even though it's called. It's no. Maybe I'm favorite. No, well, because I'm not that. I'm not down here, actually. This is too fucking hard.
Ooh. Lord of mercy. I have too much fun with that sometimes. Oh shit. But yeah. Okay, go off. Actually, I'll move back to the screen first. There we go. But yeah, but once again, that app right there, I got to look into it later on. Maybe that's an update I didn't know about. That I got download. Maybe that's what it is. Cause yeah, just that is odd that it's dropping out at random times. You know, cause usually it's pretty good. Well, sometimes I have a little hiccup at the beginning where it don't pick up my mic and I just had to go into the app and like my settings got messed up in the app somehow. But it's like one time before I get on, I get saw it's like I'm good. But this that I've gone through today with it, like dropping out basically midstream, you know, I came back earlier from helping mom grab bags and grabbing chips and all. I just unmute my mic and y'all can hear me. And then just a while ago, it just all of a sudden drop out. I don't get that. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, I got to figure that out. I hope, fingers crossed, I hope all it really is an update need to be done. And I'll be all right once it gets done. That's my hope. Best case scenario. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. I had to check something out there. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Ooh, that scared the shit out. Oh man, I can't. Oh, do you see Good Burger too? Yeah. No, not yet, but I do have it on my list on Paramount Plus. I'll probably watch that as soon as I get off stream in a little while. Because I figured it anything the night as early as I was able to get on and all, and remember that this was on too. I thinking once I get off, get dinner, I'll watch that movie. No, what? Damn, can y'all give us a minute to watch 2 and crack the fuck up first? Bobby, hell, 2's that damn good. This shit, hell yeah. Especially after Kel had like a health scare last week before last. No, he had something happen with a pinched nerve or some shit like that, and I think they had like a slight seizure or something. I can't remember what it was. And they showed it on like Entertainment Tonight 2 times, but I mean he's fine now. Don't get me wrong. He's totally fine, but still, it was kind of one of those things that had him going, no, what the fuck. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. And hell, I didn't realize how long it's been since they actually got to just talk and hang out for the most part. They'll talk about that on Entertainment Night as well. I'm like, damn. But see, them two right there, Keen and Kel, that's the type of friendship right there. Well, yeah, we all go through life and we have, shit gets busy. We doing our own thing, made our lives and whatnot, and we might go a while before we actually get to talk to one another. But the best friendships are those ones where you can not been able to talk to each other for like months or even years. And when y'all get together, it's like nothing fucking happened. Nothing's changed. It's just like that. Like there's been no time in between. That's a rarity. It is especially rare in the entertainment industry. you don't see that too often. But the ones that you do see, like, yeah, it's like years and years, project after project. They don't skip beats. It might be years in between them talking and doing shit. Once they get together, it's all gravy. But hell, Affleck and Damon, as a matter of fact, they're like that. It'll be years they don't get to talk and whatever, doing that thing at all. You see them hang out, you see them doing another movie, and it's like, shit, it's Goodwill all over again, Which reminds me, I still gotta watch Air 2. I haven't watched that yet. I heard it was pretty good. So yeah, I do gotta watch that as well. I know there's something else I gotta watch. I can't remember what. Oh, I still gotta finish watching GNV. I'm almost done with that. I think I'm like 2-3 issues, not issues. I mean, it is based on comic, but still episodes. I'm about 2-3 episodes away from being done with that. As I said earlier, I'm watching the new Scott Pilgrim series. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I think I got about 3, maybe 4 episodes left in that. And I like how this is a different take on that story. Because honestly, at first I thought it was going to just basically be the movie, maybe with some stuff added to it. Things that they might not have been able to do in the movie, just real life limitations and shit. That's kind of what I thought this was gonna be. No. They flipped the fucking script on you real quick in this show. And I'm digging it so far. I really am enjoying it. I like what they did with it. But like all the characters are still there. All the 70 bucks are still there. But once again, it just flipped the script on everything again, and I'm that's all I can say about it without starting to give shit away, But so far, I am digging that. But like I said, I got to watch Good Burger 2. That's on my list. Oh, yeah, I got to talk about this before I forget again. But as I said earlier, I watched Blue Beetle this past weekend. It's on I was about to say HBO, man. Max is on Max now. Dude, hate I missed that in theaters. I wanted to go see it in theaters, and work was so damn crazy. Plus, well, I mean, the strike didn't really affect anything, but you know that was going on, and I know that didn't help. That the writer strike and the actor strike was going on, because you know they couldn't promote anything at all. That movie was good, y'all. Like it really was. It was a real good movie. Zolo Manuelo, who's oh damn, why the hell I'm drawing a blank on who he plays in fucking Cobra Kai. Miguel. He plays Miguel in Cobra Kai. And he's Jaime Reyes. Like, yeah, he did a phenomenal job in that movie. And George Lopez, I mean, come on, it's George Lopez. You know he'll gonna be a damn trip. and he was. And the rest of the family actually pretty good in it too. Freaking Nana at one point that movie, she's still a fucking show. She's a fucking trip. But yeah, I'll recommend it. Like, yeah, please go check that movie out. And kind of something I thought about when I was watching that movie. And, you know, I saw the Marvels when it came out and all. You know, movies like those where they're led, especially when they're led by either women or different, this is stuff that don't really get that kind of main cast shine like that. Even with them being superhero movies, if you want more movies, more stories like that on the big screen, on the little screen, y'all have to show the fuck up for them. And with this case here, you know, it was kind of harder, you know, so we kind of can't excuse some of y'all a little bit because y'all didn't get to see and hear these people promote this movie. You didn't get to see as many commercials and shit for these movies as you would say, what's the one come out next year? Oh, the only MCU movie come out next year is Deadpool 3. You know they're gonna promote the fuck out of that. You know, they're kind of doing that now. But, you know, that Marvels and Blue Beetle kind of didn't have that. But y'all still try to find some way to keep up with that kind of stuff. So when stuff like that comes out, y'all can actually represent. Because Blue Beetle was good. And that's perfect how you did that in the Sims, because I was going to say, yes, I did see the Marvels. Marvels was a good movie. Like it really was good. Like don't listen to the crusty ass old white critics, which, you know, Brie Larson already kind of wanted that anyways, because yeah, the movie's not really made for them. I mean, you can't go watch it and actually enjoy it like everybody else, but it's not made for them. And hell, honestly, it ain't made for me either. But I still enjoy it a good bit. All right, that motivated me to go see it. Yeah, I would honestly say go see it. And I mean, because in all honesty, the movie is not as bad as the damn entertainment reports are putting it. As far as I mean, sales are not there, but once again, just like with Blue Beetle, they did not have the advantage of actually being able to promote their movie. Like literally with the Marvels, the strike literally ended the day before it came out. So yeah, they didn't get no time to really talk anything about it. I was worried a bit. Oh yeah, they take it a bit too far a lot of times with the report, and then people run with it. Yeah, and that shit pisses me off. Like they sit here, and it's like they fucking. I wish I had some of those articles, but they like drill constantly. Every single article I've seen is it's the worst Marvel cinematic opening ever. It's a. I'm like, motherfuckers, were y'all not saying the same shit about the Turtles a while back? And the Turtles was not a horrible movie either. Is it different from normal MCU fare? Yes, but that's the thing you got to love about MCU. There's more than one type of movie in this motherfucker, y'all. Like, every movie in the MCU is not the same. Even with it being based on superhero comic books and all that, every movie is not the same. If you don't really dig that, that's fine. But that's the good part about the MCU. You're not gonna like everything in it because everything is different. Pretty much MCU is its own genre and there's sub-genres in it. Once again, you have your like spy thriller type stuff with Captain America. Both Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie, Captain Falcon, by the way. You have that. Then, of course, you got your, I was about to say space opera, but no. Guardians of the Galaxy is more of a space western. You have that with them. I mean, maybe we'll get a Guardians 4. Of course, it's going to basically be a totally different movie, totally different director if they do it. But, I mean, hell, I think it's been long enough. But just in case, I'm going to hit y'all with this right here. Because at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they did say Star-Lord will return. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know if it actually will happen. But, you know, that's the kind of thing that, yeah, they can keep on with it in some way, shape, or form if they want to. But that's their space western. Then you got your YA stuff, basically with the MCU Spider-Man movies, as well as Miss Marvel, especially with Miss Marvel, the way they edit that, the CG and that and stuff, like that's your young adult stuff. Even though they do have to kind of pander to other ages and demographics as well, with Spider-Man, with it being such a bigger character. But with Miss Marvel is, for the most part, purely that. So yeah, you older far as that, you might not really enjoy Miss Marvel that much. You might not even get it, which I most definitely see a lot of y'all not getting this shit. Even though you pay attention, it's really easy to get. If you remember how you were when you were a fucking teenager, you'll get it. And that's the thing I love about Miss Marvel and Maya Vellani the most, is like, she makes me remember, I would do shit like that. Fanboy would love to meet this person and that and whatnot. Like, all you had to do, remember how you were when you were a teenager, and all us, you actually enjoy it. and plus, and I think I've said this before, and I'll freaking say this again. And I want to make sure I'm recording this on vertical so I can just pop this shit on TikTok and whatnot. But in regards to the Marvels, the MCU in general, Iman Vellani is seriously the best representation of a character gotten on screen in the MCU pretty much since the original 7 Avengers. Yes, I will fucking say that, and I will down that motherfucking hill. That girl is fucking Kamala Khan. Period. And she fucking runs with that shit. She, what's the words I'm looking for? And it's basically the same thing with, you know, when everything first started with RDJ and Chris Evans, even though we at first was like, wait, hold on, he was Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four movies, and now y'all have him as Captain America? Wait, hold on, how the hell y'all gonna make that work? And then he bolts up and hell, he's basically being him fucking self. I mean, that's just how Chris Evans is. He's that kind of dude. Fucking brilliant. Chris Hemsworth, where in the fuck did y'all find him buried down in fucking Australia and shit? Like, yeah, y'all tell me who the fuck was gonna do a better Thor than him right now. As far as everybody that's out right now, I don't know anybody. Right? And Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, like, honestly, can't put nobody better there. Scarlett as Black Widow, honestly, no one better to have done that role. That was now, I will say this. They didn't choose wrong at first with Ed Norton as Bruce Banner. I thought he actually did a really good job in The Incredible Hulk. He fucked that up. That's a him problem. That's why he's still not in the MCU anymore. When all he had to do was if anything for the time, especially since you know when he basically was out and Ruffalo came in, you know, that was kind of when it was starting. The MCU was actually starting to become what it is today under Disney. Now, when it first started, you know, it was actually a collaboration between different studios. Like the original, the Iron Man movies, if I remember right, Paramount did those. Universal did Incredible Hulk. Damn, did Thor. Was that Paramount too originally? I think it might be, but you see what I'm saying. Before everything was under the Marvel Disney umbrella, different companies had different people. And once that was all starting to actually come together, he gonna fuck it up. All he had to do was maybe at least the Avengers, if anything, just go in, his ass off in that movie, the way they wrote and all that. Then down the line, you know, there's been a little bit more creative control that he can get on in it and all that. A little bit more. You got to remember, this is Marvel, so there is certain things you may or may not be able to do. They may or may not be, down for that because you still have to be that certain character. That's you still have to have those aspects about you or not. But all he had to do was at least the Avengers just do it like they said, and he'd still been all right. But Norton fucked that up for himself. And then we got Mark Ruffalo. Once again, I don't know how the hell that fucking light struck twice, but it did because he's good. Bruce Banner. And once again, I said Bruce Banner. I did not say Hulk. We keep Hulk complete set because he is, after all, CG and whatnot for the most part. He does take that face for a little bit, but overall he's CG. We leave the Hulk aside. That's a whole nother story for another time. But Ruffalo and Norton were good Bruce Banners. I enjoyed both their takes, both their works with it. Once again, don't know how that lightning struck twice, but it fucking did. And everybody else, you still have a whole lot that were like, yeah, perfect castings. Sebastian Stan as Bucky. Yeah, pretty damn good. Anthony Mackie, Falcon. Once again, you tell me who the hell in this day and age you were gonna really get for that role. Now, they done this 90s, early 2000s. Of course, that have been Will Smith, hands down. But yeah, by the time they actually got to doing all this, yeah, Will's a little too old to be Falcon. let's just keep that in the book, okay? But yeah, who else? Like, there's honestly so many. Like, y'all call that shit perfectly right from the get-go. And of course there's some that was you had to kind of grow on, a la Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. I know there's EC, but still that's the best example I had. And you see certain ones and you're like, I don't know. I don't think they were gonna work. I don't see it, but once you actually see it in action, okay, you're good. But Marvelati is in that category with RDJ and them. And to think, this is her first acting role as Ms. Marvel and Ms. Marvel and the Marvels and all that. Like, I mean, she might have done like some little shit here and there, maybe some commercials and whatnot. But for the most part, this is her first shit. And they somehow managed to find this girl in auditions with very little acting experience. And she fucking kills it as this character. And honestly, all she is herself. She basically encapsulates, that's what I was looking for earlier, encapsulates the essence of Kamala Khan from comics, from, any animated show that she's been in. And really didn't even have to try because it's all already who she is. Like, girl is killed it so much as Kamala Khan. she is actually going to be writing on the new comic series for Miss Marvel. You know, where they actually gonna introduce her in the comics as a mutant and not an inhuman. Which, from what I actually just found out recently, she was actually supposed to be a mutant to begin with, but you know, this was during the time that other people, aka Fox, had the rights to the X-Men and mutants and all that. So Marvel wasn't trying to create more mutants that they can use, you know, just like if you haven't figured this out yet, the whole reason we haven't gotten a good true to self Incredible Hulk movie since the Incredible Hulk is because until recently, Universal still had the rights to the Hulk. So of course Disney ain't gonna sit here not being able to do their own Hulk movie and make the Hulk look good in their shit for Universal to be able to say, hey, you need to send some of that money this way. Come on now, this we're talking about here, right? You know, that's why you see basically the Hulk nerfed. He's not in the MCU, he's not as strong as we know he is because they're not gonna let him look that fucking good for someone that's not there to basically profit off of it without doing anything. Now they got the rights to the Hulk in full. Don't know when, but I hope there's that movie sometime in the near future so we can actually really see Hulk the fuck out. I would love to see that. Now we can actually see it. Just good before. Dude, she's going to be going places, man. She knows her stuff from our... Right? Dude, fuck yeah, she is. Oh my God. She... It is funny. And once again, like, yeah, she really ain't got to act that hard because it's just her. That's her personality. You watch any interview with her, man, that's her. She's just like that in the interviews as she would be on screen. Nothing changes at all. That's her. Just like RDJ's Iron Man, that's her. Just like Chadwick was fucking T'Challa, that was him. That's why they didn't recast for Wakanda Forever. Not to mention they did not have time because they was having to start that movie. They gave them their time, a little bit of time to grieve and whatnot. But they had to go make that fucking movie when they did. They did not have, I think they was like maybe a little pushback on it just to let Ryan Coogler rewrite the story, which dude, he rewrote a lot of shit. I didn't realize how much he did, but yeah, he did rewrite. But for the most part, he got it done all put together, correct and whatnot. They got to film. They got to feel his essence and grieve some more, and they got to promote, like I said, a couple movies here recently, everything and whatnot, and I freaking love Wakanda Forever. That was a good movie, despite the fact that they did not have Chadwick for it because of his untimely demise. But Chadwick was T'Challa. I'm still mad that fucking Angela Bassett did not win Best Supporting Actress for Queen Ramonda because she fucking, I mean, well, let's just be honest. The woman's already royalty any fucking ways, really. Like, Angela's already the queen any damn ways, but oh my God, in that fucking movie, Queen Ramonda did the fucking thing. Pretty much until Shuri actually took all the Black Panther medal in the best way she could and actually paid respects to Chadwick. Till she got to that point, fucking Queen Ramonda held that movie down. Not Shuri, not Okoye, even though we love Okoye too. Not Riri. That was fucking Angela fucking Bassett, who should have won that fucking Oscar for that role. And that's with no hate to Jamie Lee Curtis, because we love her too. She's a fucking geek just like the rest of fucking love Warcraft and all that shit. One Piece. Hope she's in the fucking live action show too. I'm saying that right now. Let's manifest that shit. Jamie Lee Curtis for One Piece. I can't remember the character's name, but y'all know who I'm talking about if you watch One Piece. That she looks like, yeah. We want Jamie Lee Curtis in the live action and shit. That's Netflix make that shit happen. But it's even with love for Jamie Lee, she should not have won that shit for fucking everything everywhere all at once. That should have fucking went to Angela fucking Bassett, and I will fucking die on that motherfucking hill to the day I fucking die. Okay, I guess so. But back to the original point. Yes, she fucking kills that damn role as fucking Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan. That is all her. And hell, can't really take away from Tiana Perez either. Like, she does a terrific job as Monica Rambeau too. And oh my God. Woo. All I gotta say is when you see her in her damn suit, Lord have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I think y'all pointed that out enough last week. But yes, and hell, I would even say as far as Marvel's gone, even Brie Larson, in all honesty, I think she's a good Captain Marvel. I have nothing against her role or how she does it whatsoever. She's doing a good job with it. Despite all you motherfuckers that want to hate on her for whatever fucking reason. Oh, what? Because she said that the first movie was made for a bunch of cursing motherfuckers. I mean, hell, it's the fucking truth. Not saying she didn't say you couldn't go and enjoy it still. It just wasn't made for you. That, you know, that's the little thing you gotta kind of click in here to realize, oh, she didn't mean any disrespect by it not being made for me, because yeah, she's right. It's not made for me, but I still enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie. Oh, for sure, man. I totally agree. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Bree's doing a good fucking job as Carol Danvers, and she's honestly gotten better with it. And you really see that in that movie. A good bit, especially in the interaction between her and Monica. Like that, in all honesty, I would say pay attention to that a good bit, because that's where you'll really see it. little bit with Kamala too, little bit there as well, but you know, since character wise, Carol and Mog has so much history and all that, you can really see some stuff there. And I mean, she pulls it off pretty damn well. She actually did a good job. Now, I said this last week, I will say it again. I would honestly say the only thing in that movie that kind of want to say I didn't hate the scare, but Zawe Ashton, who played Darben, there's something missing with a character. I'm not sure what it is. I have to watch it again and figure it out. But just that first initial viewing of it, there was something missing with her character. In all honesty, I think maybe if she got some, I hope she got some pointers from her fiance, who, if y'all didn't know, is Loki, Tom Hiddleston himself. Yeah. So basically, we got, it in the same day, because of course Thursday was the early releases of early shows of the Marvels and whatnot. So basically Thursday, if you went saw the movie Thursday that came out like I did, you saw her the movie, then you came back home and you watched the fiance Tom and Loki, because that was the finale night. But yeah, there was something missing about her character, and I just can't put my finger on it yet. And I will let y'all know what I do figure out. But yeah, there was just something missing with her role and the way she did it. That's honestly probably the biggest thing I would say I didn't really like about it. Now that's one scene, once again, the crusty, rusty motherfuckers like say they don't think it was actually, it shouldn't be in that movie. But you also have to remember, even though it's Marvel, it's also Disney in it. It is in a female-led movie. Honestly, it actually works. It works, and it doesn't completely, totally change the movie into a full-blown Disney princess live-action movie. You can see tones of it while the scene was going, but it doesn't change the whole movie to that. It's still Marvel. It's still they'll kicking ass and whatnot. So, but you'll know the scene once you see the movie. You'll be able to pick it out. The CGI was actually good at this. We did get Thor: Love and Thunder or She-Hulk, and I mean, hell, She-Hulk wasn't really that bad considering anyways, but of course, yeah, it wasn't full blown what we used to either. I totally understand that, but yeah, this did not suffer from that. Like, all those effects were awesome in that movie. Story was pretty good. I dug the story, and I think for the most part, the end on the whole Marvels thing, in all honesty, you should go see this movie if for anything else. This is what, the 25th 26 Marvel movie. So y'all already know there'll be something towards the end of the movie after the mid-credit roll and whatnot. Go watch it just for that. I should do that, man. Which is saying it's just right? Yeah, especially with this saga. Yeah, it's just really getting started. But yeah, go watch it just for this one scene. You'll thank me later. Especially because y'all already know how much I so want to talk about it. Because it was one of those scenes that had me jumping in my fucking chair when I saw it. But I'm not gonna say shit. Just, hey, you got the long weekend. I hope anyways. If you got time this weekend, go check out the Marvels. Okay? If anything for that one fucking scene, you will come back to this stream or you'll hit me up on my socials and you will thank me for kicking you in the rear and tell you to go see that movie. It's one of those things that's that fucking good. And you know, it's funny that you said that, the Samsuka, that's another thing with Maya Vellani. She basically said, you know, have patience. They're cooking, which they are. It's the multiverse saga. Y'all really think everything with that is gonna be like with the Infinity Saga? No. There's strings. Pun intended, yes. Yo, what's going on, Head On? How you doing, man? Free Turkey Day to you as well. How ready are you for the bar? Ready to eat? Oh, your game's early to the bar too, ain't it? Don't y'all play at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that? And the lines at that. Yeah, I'm ready to invade my mom's house. Nice, man. Yeah, y'all playing lines too. Lines actually been doing pretty good this year, from what I can tell. Decently, anyway. I mean, hell, they better than my fucking Panthers. We already know how they're looking. Oh, my damn. Oh, I forgot to end this recording. There we go. Damn, I can't believe it. I went for 28 minutes. Shit, I still have to edit that motherfucker. I already know it. And damn, I can't believe this shit. Okay, so real quick, during that whole Marvel bit just then and whatnot, I was recording that in Adam Vertical, so that way, hopefully, I can just throw that, you know, on TikTok or whatever. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen now. Yeah, that whole time that thing was running, man, my CPU didn't go above 2. Like, that's fucking nuts. Actually, though, it might have got close to 3, but it didn't go beyond that. It used 3% CPU or less without, and mind you, when I say I was recording in Atom, not only was I recording in Atom at that time, you also got the stream itself that y'all watching ×3, and I'm also recording that in the background as well, so that way I ain't got to worry about having to go on the Twitch or whatever and download the VOD. I basically already have it. like I was doing all that and they all used 3%. Like, fuck yeah. But how's your main and KI? Well, my main mirror didn't get touched, so I'm still good there. Couple other people I played with. Well, Jago, yeah, you know they've they pretty much butt the fuck out of him. And fuck, of course they'll fuck got him. Oh my god, dude! All the shit they did to Rash, man. Damn. I mean, I expected some. I expected some nerfs to come to Rash. I just wasn't expecting that much. I was like, damn, man, what the fuck? Almost gonna have to fucking do everything. Almost. I mean, I think for the most part, a lot of my combos would stay the same for the most part. It's just a lot of the lead ins and stuff. That's where it messed up at, with like the shadow boot and the wrecking, especially the wrecking ball, of course. Oh man, yeah. And that, of course, that was the first thing they let off with too, was the fucking wrecking ball. As soon as they said that, I'm like, oh, they about to nerf the wrecking ball. Please don't tell me they're nerfing the wrecking ball. Please. Fuck! They nerfed the wrecking ball. But I like I said, I kind of expected it. So yeah, there is that. So overall, I actually didn't come out too bad. Pretty much my top 3 characters, so one made the same, one got buffed, one got nerfed like a motherfucker. So I came out all right. But I tell you now, I can't wait for that update to actually come out. And the day that comes out, y'all bring y'all ass up in here ready to fight. What Panther? What? What, Kim? Oh, what up? Oh, you missed the word. I'm like, what you mean? What? What up? Damn, I thought my friend K-Man that gave you a sub last week too. Huh? Oh, I wonder what the other one went to then. I do one went to Deceptors. What? No, where do you? Okay, guess not. Huh. Oh shit! But yeah, dude, I'm so ready for tomorrow. so glad to have 4 days off from work. Sorry, what was what? You use browser. Oh, okay. So, I was just saying this was I had a friend of my cousins come in and last week, and he get 2 subs. I do one of them and went to you. And I thought the other one went to Headhunter, but no, I went to somebody else. Yes, that. Oh, okay. But yeah. You all good. You all good. Damn, it's already 7:30. Shit. And once again, I've been main. Well, hell, I actually ain't been babbling that long tonight. To be honest, I mean, hell, the damn stream went almost 2 hours. I still can't believe that shit. I was not expecting that. Hell no. Mm. Trying to decide, do we get some gaming in real quick, or do we kind of start winding down? Because, you know, it is almost 8 o'clock and I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah, actually, you know what? I might say gaming for tomorrow. If the items don't hit me like a ton of bricks. But even if it does, that's still Friday. that hell, honestly, it give me time to think, what the hell do I want to play on stream? Because I do gotta figure that out. Oh, before I forget, last night I finally finished Spider-Man 2. Completely finished, like platinum trophy finished. got everything done in it. So pretty much now I'm waiting for any story DLC that might come out for it. Yeah. Yeah, I was Saberwolf and Orchid. Oh hell yeah. Those are good ones too. I'm about to say, yeah, Orchid's like my fourth. Well, when she came out, she was my second. Because, you know, nostalgia reasons and among other things. But yeah, she ain't felt that much for just a little bit. But I still love me some Orchid. I really do. They didn't touch Saberwolf, so yeah, you good. And pretty much for the most part, they buffed her too, slightly. So yeah, you doing real good. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I almost didn't play songs just so I can play with Rash the way he is one more time. I already know. Before I forget, we need to look at these shirts and shit. Cause we have not done that yet. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's a badass Jago shirt. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, they go up to 3x2. Okay. Oh, okay. They changed size. I mean, not size. It didn't change price. Because I was thinking, you know, you got up to certain size of my ass go up price, but no, then I use your sticker pad. No, just play with my pad all the time. But I'm actually, now that I've got a stick to use, oh yeah, I got to pull that out. I got to try using that on. Which honestly, the way Killer Instinct is, I'll probably actually really start really do better with a stick. Unreal. It's Sako. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, they ain't got that in 2 and 3X. Shit. Damn, that would have been cool to have. Thunder just look pretty cool. I like that. I used to kick a lot. I used to kick ass Thunder too. Now I think about it. Especially back in the day. Oh my God, I was a fucking beast with fucking Thunder back on the original. Rat Fulgor, Glacius, this Inferno, that's supposed to be Cinder. Oh, let's check that one out. Yep, no, not bad. That was all right. That might be the way to go. Chaos coming. Hell, dude, hell yeah. And can you believe that? Dude, this is the 10th anniversary of the Xbox One Killer Instinct game. You see that right there, right? Established 1994. Next year is the 30th anniversary of fucking Killer Instinct. Wow. Oh yeah, that. Hold on, when it ain't Tekken's coming up too, sometime soon. Okay, Tekken 3 was 97. I'll see what I need to take in. Just give me Tekken. I need Tekken 1 right now. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, I need Tekken 1. Oh, fuck. I didn't realize Tekken and Killer Instinct came out the same year. So next year is also the 30th anniversary of Tekken. Damn. Did you hear about Silver Surfer by the whole might be a woman thing? That's what you're talking about? I was about to say, I think you sent that to me, didn't you? I think you did anyways. I could be wrong. You did? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm with you there, dude. It's like, oh, wait, hold on. Did I see that on my own? Didn't send me that. Oh, I thought you did. I ain't seen it though. Huh. But yeah, I did. But overall I did see that though. Yeah. I mean, there. No, there was. I was about to say, well, they have technically been female civil servants, and I'm like, wait, no, hold up. There's been female heralds of Galactus. There has been female silver surfers, but I mean, we said before, and I'll pretty much say again, like, in all honesty, unless I'm missing something, and Silver Surfer has to be a guy, like it's part of his story that he's a guy. Honestly, fuck it, why not? You know, at the same time, do we really need that imagery too? Because you already pretty much know they actually do that. Little boys and pretty much old ass dudes that just ain't got a lick of fucking maturity about them. They see a woman pretty much naked on screen. That silver, you know, that's gonna fuck with their heads. I mean, let's be honest. They're gonna fry their little motherboards seeing this woman on the screen. Possibly, yeah. I can totally see that. Totally can see that. Yeah, yeah. In all honesty, especially this early on, where they haven't even started filming yet. Yeah. I can totally see that being a publicity stunt and whatnot. I tell you, I bet this shirt here. I think I'm gonna have to get this shirt. I'm gonna have to get one. I'm gonna have to get one of these shirts, I swear. Okay, now why don't these characters have shirts too? I mean, Glacier's got a shirt. Did Ritual have a shirt? I could be wrong on that. Yeah, Ritual has a shirt. Ritual has a shirt. Spinal got a shirt. Sinner got a shirt. So why the hell couldn't all these other characters have shirts too as well, Keith James? Cause honestly, a shirt with Disu? Well, hell, really, any of these four, honestly. Zadira, Orchid, Kiawu, or Maya. A shirt with one of those, yeah, I'll probably scooping that up. Well, oh no, they put them on keychains. Well, CJ Combo, the only black dude in the fucking game. Really? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me take a look. Oh, damn, I didn't realize. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, now that shit right there's fucking badass. I actually like the Fulgor. Oh my damn, I actually love this Fulgor shirt. I might fuck. Damn it, man. That's actually pretty badass. Fuck, they ain't got it in 3X though. I mean, I'll probably be all right in 2X. Just I don't know without having previously bought anything from this company before. I just don't know how their shirts are, so I usually always like go big the first time or two. Just make sure, see how the shirt's doing all. But once I know that, then I know I can actually wear certain sizes and whatnot. But yeah, I usually like start out fairly big. So I kind of hate I can't get a 2X of some of these shirts. I mean 3X of some of these shirts because I'd rather have a 3X. But yeah, I'm gonna pull this off to the side because I would have. Yeah, we gotta be spending some money here a little bit. South Park no. What? Yeah, been once we got a South Park game too. Yeah, I ain't seen that. Wow. Damn, it has been a while since we had a South Park game too. And you seen the track? Oh, okay. I was about to ask you, is it kind of like the last two games, Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole? Okay, before I even pull this up, just seeing the title of it's called Snow Day already has me thinking about freaking South Park 64, where you basically go around shooting things with yellow snowballs and just shit.
You can play alone or with 3 of your closest friends. Unless you don't have any friends, then you can
Hold on, so we can actually watch. Oh, it's
ready to come play another game? Okay, new kid, we have all new rules this time. Now you can play alone or with 3 of your closest friends. Unless you don't have any friends, then you can just join matchmaking and play with randos. Now listen, Clyde has information that the elves are preparing to launch a massive attack on our kingdom. They've been spotted advancing their forces near Stark's Pond. We have to take them out before they kill us all. Good luck!
Yeah, get him, new kid!
They're attacking into a swarm. Show no mercy, new kid! You can't keep running into arrows and stay alive, dumbass.
Okay, very nice, guys.
I know you're hiding something, pal, and we're gonna find out what it is. Weapons are nice, new kid, but this game's also about using cards. You got Bard Escape, a blast from the axe. Try it out. You've been using that Bard Escape a lot, so be careful with your colon. Hey, player 2, you died again?
Well, you're just the best little healer, aren't you? You're making a mistake, Cartman.
Are you denying that you were gearing up your entire army to attack our fucking base?
Says who?
Says Clyde!
And do you always trust what Clyde says?
Hell no! Clyde's a total dumbass!
You're all acting crazy!
Got weapons here.
It's the apocalypse!
Prepare to die!
Kick that fucking elf's ass!
No! Good luck trying to ruin this game. I'm sure you'll manage.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's pretty damn good too. Shit. Cause I closet dumbass. Damn. Yeah, hell, that actually look pretty damn good too. Hell, I got one of them and I ain't even finished playing it yet. Might be Stick of Truth. If I remember right, that gave away free during Xbox Live. Games with Gold. I think I got that one. I think. That does like it's gonna be
Hey,
fun.
you ready to come play another game? Okay, new kid, we have all new rules this time. Now you can play alone or with 3 of your closest friends. Unless you don't have any friends, then you can just join matchmaking and play with randos. Now listen, Clyde has information that the elves are preparing to launch a massive attack on our kingdom.
Yeah, that. Damn, huh? I'm surprised they ain't waiting for that till December 7th during the Game Awards, but hell, maybe it was supposed to not be shown till then. And somebody leak that shit. But yeah, now I said that, I can't wait to the Game Awards. If anything, I'm ready to see what gets announced during it. Hell, hopefully it won't even be all about games. I mean, let's be honest, it's about time Nintendo says something about new system, perhaps. I mean, once again, y'all remember when I was playing Bayonetta 3, how my damn Switch sounded? That motherfucker could have took off from the damn dock. And we're talking about this time last year. So it's like, something got to be coming that can actually handle newer shit. Yeah, I'm ready to see what games they have. To announce what trailers will be shown for the said games. Once again, hope there's new hardware coming out from at least Nintendo, if anybody. I think the PS5 Slim's supposed to be out soon, ain't they? I think that's supposed to come out real soon. And I'm still not totally down for them, to be honest. And you know the funny thing is they call them Slims, but they still are pretty damn big. Like, they may be literally slimmer than the PlayStation 5, but they're not that much shorter. They really, I think they might tip about that much off the top of it. It still goes above the Series X, let me put it like that. So it's still a beefy boy. It's just not as beefy as this boy. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it a night right there. Once again, like I said, I'm getting hungry as fuck. I do need to eat something tonight at least. Far as breakfast in the morning, that all depends on what I eat and when I eat it. If I eat breakfast, I have to say the rule for everything else. But ooh, damn, I managed to do this. Almost 4 hours of just sitting here running my damn mouth. Well, I mean, first off, that is it thanks to y'all, especially the Septis and Headhunter, and of course the follows from Caster Labs coming through. That was totally unexpected and appreciated. But yeah, that does help. Good job. Come through with chat and everybody else, Mark, all y'all appreciate that. That does help. But yeah, that just having all this shit to talk about, all these movies and games and TV shows stuff. I mean, that helps. That once again, like I said, the update stream earlier actually lasted almost 2 hours. So yeah, that's where most of that time came from. But between either tomorrow night or Friday, I'm doing my damnedest to get on for at least a couple hours and actually do some gaming. Like I'm thinking right now, I might actually go ahead and say Friday, just be on the safe. And we most definitely need to get some fighting in. I already know I need to get some fucking frustrations out. I need to beat some ass. Hell, might even try to get 2 games out Friday. Maybe some more Combat 1, maybe Street Fighter 6 as well. Or we could go one of those and then go something older. I'm thinking maybe DOA 6 or what else? What else could we possibly play? Fighters, we ain't played Dragon Ball Fighters in a hot minute either. But you know what? We'll figure that out when we get to a Friday. And if I do come on tomorrow, I'll let y'all know on Twitter. Y'all know what. Find all this shit, man. I mean, come on. But otherwise, yeah. As always, thank y'all coming through, chatting it up, or liking. Both of them are greatly appreciated. Thanks for Caster Labs coming through as well. Once again, if you are a streamer and you are multi-streaming, highly recommend the Caster Labs Caffeinated app. And you can actually use that app and put a doc in OBS, so you guys see the chats that you are on, the platforms that you're streaming on. You can see it all in one chat. And plus, with confirmation earlier, they do have a widget where you can basically do this on your stream as well, and it's for free. I will look, matter of fact, once I get done eating, I might actually mess around and see how that looks and all. Even though I'm fine with Pixel Chat, don't get me wrong, I love my Pixel Chat and all that, but if I do have that as a backup, yeah. What, Caster Labs or Pixel Chat? And I hope Pixel Chat is gonna be on SharePlay too when it drops. But yeah, yeah, that was it. So I got distracted, but I was say I think that's it. Lurkers, chatters, Catch Labs. Yeah, that should be. Yeah, that should be everybody tonight. But once again, I'll let y'all know on Twitter if I come on tomorrow night. Pretty much, if I beat the itis, I might come on for a little bit. We can do some, we can do some fighting then, or we can run our mouths and talk about the day or whatnot. But once again, Friday, yeah, we'll do some fighting Friday. Hey, man, I always have that, bro. You're a fan of me, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Oh, and I did see your the tweet that you tagged me in earlier, man. I appreciate that. I think that's what was distracting me earlier. I was looking at that. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Always, you know that. But as always, thank y'all again. Love many, trust few, and do harm to no one, even though I was ready to do that. Today ain't gonna lie. But anywho, y'all have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, don't stuff your face too much, because the itis is real and will knock you the fuck out. And I will see y'all next time. But y'all take it easy, and till then, peace out.